What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday. Good to see everybody's here. As usual, I'm always a couple minutes late. I'm kind of like that in real life. I'm not late to, if I'm coaching, I'm obviously not late to the practices and shit like that. But for some reason, I'm doing something, I'm doing show prep, and then I'm up and when I'm down here, put stuff together, then the next thing you know, I'm like fucking with the launching facility, or I'm looking at a figure over here. It's very easy to get distracted in here. So I try to get myself here as best I can. Who we got in the house? I know Wolfson is here. Pop Cold Frenzy. Big Red. My dude. Pardon me. And I know Snow Leopard's in here. I think that brings us back, at least from what I can see in the comments. Maybe there's no Roadblock. What up? Good to see everybody here. I've got a bunch of shit to talk about. So I don't know how to explain this, but somehow, and because I have thought about it this week, somehow I did 4 hours last week, right? That alone is crazy. Like, how'd you have 4 hours? Talk about, I didn't do half the shit that was on my notes list. So everybody that had turned in homework, I didn't even get to that. And if you ask me to think about what I was talking about, I don't have a clue. Well, the one thing I do remember for sure is, hey, CG Horror in the house. Good to see you, brother. Very good, very good. Somehow it just keeps talking and vibing. That's really what it is. I have always kind of been this way in real life. You can imagine what it was like when I was out and I was drinking. It's like this. I was just louder and crazier, if that seems possible. And so, yeah, like, if you ask me to remember what I was talking about, it's like I get off on these tangents. And the one thing that I'm super shocked about is that, and I've said this before, that I don't have to stop and go, oh, fuck, what was I talking about? Like, I'm talking about this. And then off of that branches 16 different little points that I'm talking about. And I get way over here. And then I go, oh, wait, what is this all about again? And in my head, I've been lucky enough to always be like look at something in front of me and have it jerk me back to whatever the fuck it was I was talking about, right? I'm honestly surprised that doesn't happen like all the time. Oh, Babs, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Nice. Way to mention that was him, because I wouldn't know who Battle Flaps was, but welcome in. Good to see you. Absolutely. Oh, hold on one sec. I got a bunch of shit this week again. Are you shocked? But one thing I did get, Babs, my dude, there it is. It showed up today. So this will be shipped out to you on Monday. Giant man size thing. What's up, brother? Good to see you in. So yeah, so we had oh God, what contest was it? Oh, just the last thing. I wanted to get up over 400, which we shot over 400. I'm up to like 431. I had a contest. I just basically repost this. Follow me everywhere, repost this, and you can win a fig. Now, because everybody collects so differently, it's hard for me to buy a figure and be like, hey, who wants this, right? Because like Battle Armor Cobra Commander, you probably don't want more than one of those. So that was the one that I was giving away at first in the first contest, and just another jerk won that one. And he was like, I got one. I kind of don't really. And I said, sure, no problem. So he wound up with a Major Blood, and then our boy Willie Pete got the Battle Cobra Commander. So this most recent contest was hey, get me up over 400, and everybody showed up and showed out, and our boy Country Gentleman won that. I went back and forth with him this week. He is getting without making a mess, he is getting this. So I'm gonna buy another one of those for myself, but I'm gonna ship that one to him on Monday, and then I usually pick a second winner, only because like I've known Country Gentleman. I like to new people maybe to get into the fold, but I had Country Gentleman never got a care package or anything, and dude helped me out with like a dial tone and the whole thing. So the whole thing. So yeah, yes, Big Red. When we were talking about it, I said I got a bunch of snow serpents, I got a bunch of eels, I can send you anyway. He said, oh dude, eel, send me the eel. So that's it. But then my boy Babs the Barbarian, who is another person who just kind of like just was looking to get a win, right? Just let's get a W up on the board in life, and anywhere to make it happen. And sometimes, that can be, it can change your whole outlook on things, right? So he's getting a figure. Now, you know what? I'll use that opportunity to segue right into something that came up this week. You know, somebody, which after I talked to this person, it sounded like he was coming from a place of caring, right? So everybody knows what I'm talking about. We had Homeboy, who was kind of like, you know, hey, why are you sending people these things? And furthermore, why are they allowing you to do it? And everybody, I appreciate everybody kind of showing up. And it was like, it's exactly how I would want it to go if somebody was to come and say something at that moment. Nobody like attacked them. Everybody just came and stated their personal experience with me and why what I'm doing is good and important. And I love that. So in a way, I don't want to push somebody who says something like that. I don't want to push them away. I want to kind of pull them more in, right? I want to say, oh, hey, because like if you get somebody that is hollering, again, it wasn't really that bad. He made a post after and he was like, I just want to make sure he's not being taken advantage of. Great. That's coming from a place of caring. Not everybody expresses themselves in the same way. But that doesn't mean he couldn't have been coming from the right place. So, but again, I appreciate everybody kind of stepping up and saying something. And, you know, somebody had expressed a little something of like that, you know, they heard and they were kind of like, yeah, you know, why am I letting you, you know, maybe, why am I, letting you're sending me a bunch of shit. So pretty much what it is that now what would the problem be with it, right? Financially, am I overextending myself? You know, that would be, if I was, that would be bad, but I'm not. Like, believe me, am I rich? Am I retired? Do I have enough to not work? No, absolutely. I still work 7 days a week, but that doesn't mean that I can't a little fig here, a little fig there. I get good deals. Our boy Pop Cult Frenzy is always putting us on the forefront of where all the good shit is all the time. And dudes like Jeremy, we people, and then random people sometimes will see something and just put it up there. So I've been able to get some deals. There's things that happen, say with work, where maybe, oh, I made more on this than I was supposed to. So now there's a little extra. So let's just try to give back so it continues to keep coming. And so if I'm sending it, like right now, I just sent out a bunch of care packages. Big Red got a Cadillac package for a bunch of reasons. The dude is incredibly supportive of every little thing that I do. He not just like retweets it. He always has something very nice to say. And it's not just like, oh yeah, here he is. He's cool. He's doing this thing again. Oh shit, I didn't plug my phone in. Hold on 1 second. I did this last week too. And so, so I wanted to show my appreciation to him of the effort that he puts in there. But then also it was like one of those things where like, so he just recently did a cross country move. And I've done that before. Like it's funny because he's in Florida. I moved to Florida. And I remember when I went down there, and then I had to move back. When I came back, which what it's saying, I know what that's like. There's no extra money for figures, right? And so, to keep that spirit alive, you need a little something to open up. You need something new. Like I know how excited when I know I have something coming. I don't care how much shit I got. If I know I got one figure on the way, I'm fucking excited. And then when that figure comes and I'm opening up the fucking package, I love it. So I like extending that. That started with our boy CG, and I saw the power that had. And so I will continue to do so. In fact, I will continue to give more. I have ideas that, I think ultimately I could, there's a few things that I'm going to do. I don't want to get into everything because I don't have anything 100% solid, but aside from the Christmas giveaway, what's going to happen is I am going to locate a family from somebody that's in our community that could use some help. And once I've got that identified, we're going to open up like the Venmo and the PayPal, and we are going to take some donations in as a community, and we are going to give to our own. Now, if we get enough to give a couple $100 to a family, that's gonna allow them to have Christmas, or allow them to have literally. They could buy whatever they want. They don't have to buy Joe's, but there's going to be presents underneath the tree. That is the goal. And if we get enough to just change it for one family, that'd be great. Who knows how it happens? Maybe we get a lot of money. Maybe we change Christmas for multiple families. So our funder, again, I don't have anything to put out yet, like for as far as where to send money. You can always reach out to me because our boy NOD, the New Orleans Dookie, when I was talking about it in a DM with him, he sent $100. He was like, oh, let me just, and that was it. So we're up to some money right now. We have enough already right now to where if we gave it to one family, there would be presents under the tree. But I want to get multiple families because I have a feeling that there's a few of us that maybe, like, if you think about how many of us are in this community, how many different people we're all interacting with, like the odds are that one, two, three of us are struggling financially. So I feel like we can set something up that we can, if you think about how many of us there are and everybody donates $5 or $10, I mean, next thing you know, we have a lot to give to people. So I'm hoping by Halloween, I'm going to have something that's actually up. So that will give us like 2 months to get some shit in and then get it out to the people that need it. Obviously, this is 100%. Everything goes right out. Everything that comes in goes right out the door. Whatever fees are applied by transferring money, that's it. Otherwise, every dime goes directly to families so they can buy whatever they want. Because part of that too, right? It's one thing if you give a family a bag of toys, that's great because that's better than nothing. But to give the family the ability to not only put the presents under the tree for the kids, but do it, to go to the store, the act of it, gives a little dignity to the situation. I think that's very important too. So we will talk more about that later, specifically, but just to kind of put a bow on it, everybody knows how I feel about the community. Everybody knows what I'm trying to do. And the rocket ship continues to go up for sure. And just one last thing. If I send you something, right, don't feel guilty about it. The last thing I want is for you to be like, oh my God, what is this? And as you're opening it, I don't want you to think anything other than how much you love the figure. That's it. Don't worry about, not everybody gets 5 figures, right? Some people just got a little extra in the box. Some people, this and that. What I'm doing is I do want to send out to people that have the room is I made those little, I don't think I have them over here to show you. I think they're over. I can't get to them. I have those little barriers that I made, right? I made a set. It's 2 of them. They just look like it's a cinder block, or not cinder block. It's just like a block wall with a little lip on the front. And I actually put the little metal hooks on the top and spray painted them yellow to look like, where the crane would lift it and move it, that sort of thing. I did all that. And it came out way better than I even thought it was. I think I can do it to where I'll have a better, why does I keep doing that? I think I'll have a better idea of how to, the next time I do it, I'm going to mass produce a bunch of them. And I want to send those out to people. Now, originally I was going to sell them because I had put out, I talked to Pop Cult Frenzy. I sent the pictures to like a bunch of people just to see what they thought, what it looked like, and if it was something that anybody would pay for. And so I kind of broke down the materials and the time it took and what I would have to charge. And I was like, well, I don't want to tell people send me money. I was like, I could maybe rip off a couple sets of these and then send them as Christmas presents or something like that. So I don't know. It's also one of those things too. Maybe I put them out there for sale and it's kind of like, if you have the money, you can buy them and then that money just goes right to more stuff. Cause that's basically what it is. Like anytime I'm doing something and money comes in, it kind of just goes right back out. I've had people, I'll be like, oh, like I said, just tell like, New Orleans Dookie has bought stuff from me. He's like, oh, hey, I'm looking for this. Can you give this to me? And like I had Crystal Ball and Breaker that I sent to him. But he asked for those. He's like, I'm paying you for those. So I think I may have paid for shipping, whatever it was. And I'm like, oh, I'll pay for the shipping. And then nope, he sends me the shipping and then more money. So that little bit extra I take and it's just going to go right into the giving. So, yeah, again, if I'm sending you something, I want you to enjoy it. I'm not overextending myself or anything like that. So done deal. And the care packages are just the smallest part. Stevie Z said it in that it's not about care packages, it's about caring. And he's right. Like, we all need to care about each other more. If you just look around what's going on with the world, and the problem is everybody hates each other for one reason or the other. Everybody is angry, everybody's full of hate, and they're hating. I feel like we've got our own thing going. I want to keep that up. And then perhaps the more that it grows, the more people are no longer angry. So changing the world with these plastic toys. So yeah, I won't stop. Only the giving will only get more. So want to jump into real quick. I was on Destro is my spirit animal earlier in the week with my brother Mark. If you're not following, it's Mark Fogarty. You can find him in the. I didn't even know he was there. So like 2 weeks ago, not lat yeah, not lat no, it was fucking last week. It was not this Monday, but where I was on, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. I had a new follower. I looked, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I'm looking at the thing, and it was the picture, and it's Destro is my spirit animal, but there's no picture of him, so I didn't know it was him even still. And I'm like, "Who is he?" He's like, I was like, "Oh, the producer of the whatever. This is great." And then I was like, "Is that the guy?" And then I Googled it real quick, and I was like, "It's the guy." So I sent him a message, and I was like, "Bro, I absolutely love everything that you do. It's fantastic. It's exactly what the G.I. Joe world needs. It's like my favorite." So I threw myself at him. I was like, "Hey, I will come on and do anything that you want." And he was actually, "Hey, what about Monday?" And thankfully, I didn't have the basketball practice that night because the school was closed. So I was able to go on, no problems, just do a little prep myself, relax. It was really, really awesome. It was fantastic. So letting somebody else drive the car is so much easier than driving the car and doing all the talking. And even though I swear I did all the talking anyway, because I would not let the poor guy get a word in edgewise. But it was fantastic. Mark, if you happen to see this, thank you, brother. It was amazing. I had such a great time. I hope we can do it again. Well, I'm sure you all the little lists of different things, shows that you've done. They're all like a fantastic way to talk about and evaluate GI Joe, and it's so fucking great. And I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy you're doing all the things you're doing. I'm stoked. So, I'm trying to think. We talked about, yeah, we had the most wanted classified list. Now, coincidentally, I don't know if you saw that I've done that with almost every guest I've had on. That's what I ask them. I'm like, "Hey, let's what do you want to see come up next?" So we went over that, and I had a list. He had a fantastic list. The list that I had is good. Now that list looked very different just a few months ago since we got Hit and Run. Um, uh, oh Christ, we got Hit and Run. I'm not even gonna remember the latest, but the last two waves that we got had just like a bunch of the people that Wetsuit and everybody. That's everybody. My phone keeps like this. It's like not recognizing that I'm on it for some reason, so I have to touch it every once in a while. But yeah, so it was fantastic. Both the lists were great. But before we got to those lists, we tackled everything that was released at the NYCC. So like we talked about Pythona, the Arctic Hiss, Hit and Run, one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Yes, thank you. Night Viper, Lifeline, Big Lob. Thank you. It was really dope. So I had a great time. I look forward to possibly having him on or going back on his show, whatever it is. It was great. The vibe was there. Awesome. Also, something else awesome that I want to talk about. There's a juncture here, but I don't know if I can mention it. But so, has everybody seen TV Cobra? So it's on YouTube, but passing around the we've been passing around the videos on the Twitter timeline. But yeah, so it's fantastic. Like it is fucking awesome. I truly think it's amazing. Yes, TV Cobra. It is. I think it's great. I think it's ultra creative. I think it's exactly one of those things that our community needs in terms of content. I fucking love it. I have spoke to Anchor Viper. She has interest in some of the stuff I've done. Just stay tuned. I can't say anything else. That's all I'm going to say. That we are talking about something. So, Cobra TV and Destro Designs and Viper Den Studios, we may all be in a triangle of content coming up. That's all I can say about that. But so I also, and so just so you know, the things that I like to, yes, thank you, Wilson, cue that music. The things I like about that show is how it's super informative. The stage is set. It's got that 80s aesthetic to it, like per the quality of the film. It's just all absolutely perfect. Yes, TV Cobra and Egg Viper are awesome. So she is fantastic. again, though I don't know how else to explain it, because it's just, if you watch like how they kind of ties the episodes together. I love how, with the full spin on how the like G.I. Joe was the terrorist organization. Cobra is just trying to live, and these motherfuckers are the ones that are really out there fucking it up. I love that. I think that's fantastic. Again, ultra creative and just so fantastic. So there is a Patreon that I the things that I spend my money on, I enjoy telling you guys, because it's kind of like, it's like a review where, like, everybody's money, you work hard for it. But I signed up for the full. There is a free Patreon that you can grab. Yeah, Cobra Ages Propaganda at its finest, Big Red, you know it. And it's done as Cobra thinks, is pretending, yeah, that they are the good guys, exactly. So I signed up for it's a $26 a month tier. I mean, that's an investment for a Patreon, but based on what I see and what I know is coming, it's worth it. So they are cooking a lot. I can't say anything whatsoever, but the kitchen is ablaze with awesome shit that is coming down the pipe, and I want to be in there watching when it shows up. And so I wanted to pass to you guys that I am paying for that, and perhaps maybe you want to see if it's worth doing right now. Now, from what I understand, there'll be the stuff that's out there now is still going to come. There's going to be stuff, but there's just some very, very interesting extra stuff. So keep in mind, TV Cobra, watch out for it. Watch out for when maybe the two cars collide, and it's going to be awesome. So bang. Speaking of people doing big things, our boy G.I. Joe Repair Shop is coming up. Everybody's probably seen it by now. He had posted a few things. He is doing it's like a fucking field guide for repairing. Now, I was blessed, as I am with so many things, to be able to take a look at it already. And I expected it to be tight. I expected it to look official, right? And be professional, and like the whole thing. I knew it wasn't going to be sloppy and silly looking. It's awesome. It's fucking really, really cool. Now, again, I can't obviously tell you anything other than it is, I think, excuse me, the way that I explained it, the quick thing that I had said to him back was that it is chock full of stuff, but not overwhelming, right? It is full of crazy good actionable intel that you will be able to use on figures, vehicles. It was more in depth on things in terms of full on restoration. It's not just putting that fucking O-ring back together and snapping the hips and the legs together and the body. That's one thing. There is so much more that he gets into. Again, I don't want to say anything. There's like when it's fully released, I will definitely be talking about it more, and I can give you a better idea of what it is if before you make that leap. I will be purchasing away and giving away a few copies, without a doubt. A lot of them, actually. It's not going to be that expensive. It's going to be very affordable, and everybody should have it. Like, literally all of us should have it, without a doubt. So we got to support our brother there. So yeah, like I said, it looks super dope. All he's doing right now is he is waiting for the permission to do the IP. So if you want to wind up selling something, like big, and may get a good amount of money off it, maybe you want to get that permission. The dudes like Gridiron, and they get, like, obviously the Hound is not it's not the same use of the IP as, which this is a field guide. It's literally pictures of the actual stuff. So it's kind of like, I get what he's doing. I know why he wants to get that. And that's great. So big shout out to our boy, G.I. Joe Repair Shop. One of the first people that I talked to when I came to Twitter, I remember seeing it and thinking to myself, like, wow, that's really cool. Like, how do you fix these little guys? Because, like, I have a couple of them there that are pretty, been following G.I. Joe Repair Shop for a long time now. I fully expect to be, it is top of the line. It is 100%. It is 100%. It is legit. So once that's available to you, if you don't, for some reason, I'm going to have contests. I'll be giving away copies and stuff like that. So, you got to be on top of it, without a doubt. And it is really cool. The pictures of it are perfect. They're great. Everything is great. I look at everything as choices, right? When you look at a figure, what did they do? What didn't they do? So everything is like choices. And my dude made excellent choices with it. I thought it was really great. So, So big thing tomorrow. I'm going to talk more about Sis 3D Arsenal a little bit later when I get into showing off some of this stuff. But just as like a news flash, the Cobra Claw launching facility is coming tomorrow. So I did a bunch of shit in the remodel today, and then I am basically like not doing probably shit that I should be doing, and I am nailing down this facility. It is enlarged. I still have to put up the third wall, but it just took me a minute to kind of touch it up. It didn't come out exactly how I wanted it, so I tried to make it look. It's not. You're not going to really see it. Everything's going to be shot this way, but I need the wall, obviously. So that's got to get put up. Ooh, excuse me. I want to use some yellow paint to as like caution paint in certain spots, and just a couple pipes I'm going to put in and fill in some spaces, and then of course lace it chock full of all the great Sis 3D Arsenal stuff. So I'm very excited for this. It is something that what's been happening is, in case you haven't noticed, I haven't putting anything. I haven't been putting out any kind of photos because I'm literally not down here. I have no. I come down to like if I work all day, I come home. I'm with the kids for a little while. Maybe I get them to come down and help me like clean up or do something in the part that I'm remodeling, and then by that time it's 8, 9 o'clock. And dude, 9 o'clock to me is way different than it was a few years ago. I work 7 days a week, so I'm fucking tired. So when 9 o'clock hits, I'm like, oh, I want to. It's like, do I go down there and stay? So, and then even then, I'm still not only getting, still not getting a lot of sleep. Still not falling asleep until almost 11. I get up at 3:30. That's 4.5 hours. It's not enough for me. I've been doing it, but I feel like I'm on a one-way ticket to a fucking stroke or a heart attack. So I'm gonna be scaling that back. But the thing is, it's poor time management. That like boohoo me. I say yes to like a lot of work stuff that I need to learn. I need to learn how to dial it back. I'm doing some stuff personally that is going to be setting me up for that ability, right? Anybody that's ever had a business where you have to worry about the paperwork and then this and that and the other thing, you know that it's a fucking lot. And if you're doing it, literally, you don't have help with the paperwork, you don't have help with the work, like per se, like the shit I have to get into every day. It's a lot. So I more or less, I'm more or less just trying to make some changes that will allow me to live a more rested, healthier lifestyle and allow me to do more of this. I have mentioned before that I definitely want to find a way where I'm somehow making money off this, not off you guys. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, or necessarily the makers that I represent. I'd like to have something where I don't know. I have big aspirations. Let's put it that way. But I'm always going to be here pumping this stuff out and doing it for free. But just the last couple weeks have particularly been busy with, again, certain parts of this remodel that I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. So I have the last thing I put out was the Strike Team Fangbuster is hitting up that paint factory where it was only two Tele Vipers with the supercomputer being overwatched in the building across the street from one Viper, which was obviously weird. Strike Team Fangbuster thought that was odd. And then, of course, Breaker and Dial Tone were escorted in. They got their information that they needed, and on the way out, Beachhead spots a bunch of stingers coming down the street, going right to back up the they don't want that data. Whatever Breaker and Dial Tone got out of that computer, Cobra doesn't want them leaving with it. They sent some stingers and a bunch of dudes. So basically Beachhead tells him, y'all are gonna have to fight your way out. Like Beachhead is up there with the sniper rifle, he's gonna offer that support, but the rest of the strike team's gonna have to kind of come down out like that. So that was where I had left my kind of storytelling off. I will get back to that afterwards tomorrow. And I'm not doing anything when I first wake up other than jumping directly into this and making this happen. So what I'm hoping to do is to be taking pictures by like 4 o'clock. So if I'm shooting pictures by 4 o'clock, I can then move them around to kind of tell the story I'm trying to tell. And what I'll be able to do is you'll see the launching facility tomorrow. Now, you almost want to think of it in two different things in a way. You're going to get to see the whole thing through the series of pictures, going to tell the story. But the money shot at the end, where the claws are actually launching with my best Mate Mylar impression of the smoke and everything as they're launching in like different levels of going off. One of them is going to be, well, I don't want to say too much about the details, but that's going to be a separate shot. So tomorrow you're going to see the launching facility. You're going to see what they're doing with these chemicals. You're going to understand what's going on. And then probably not until Tuesday, Monday or probably Tuesday night is when I'll be able to put out that shot where, because I have an idea what I'm going to do in terms to make that effect with the smoke. I have an idea of how I'm going to get them to hang and suspend. It's just going to be like I have to do it. And that shit always takes way longer than I think. In my head, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be 10 minutes. I mean, you have this, I'll have whatever. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, but I gotta go out to the garage and get the shit. Oh, I don't have the screw. Oh, wait, I gotta cut this piece. Hold on, I gotta do this. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, now I can see this wire. This isn't what I thought it was gonna look like. And now here I am at the 0 hour and nothing is going the way that I thought it would. And now I can adapt for sure. But when it winds up being every step of the way requires you to do something differently than you had planned to do it, shit takes a long time. And I still I've only opened one claw. I have 3 other claws I have to open up, take the shit out. Not complaining. I'm just saying it's time. It takes time, and that shit adds up. Like whoa. So, but yeah, no, you're gonna see the facility tomorrow. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Like I'm really stoked. So, my brother Chris is in true like working with Destro form, has supplied us with some amazing stuff to take this from. The dio itself is cool, right? I definitely made something cool. I'm very, very happy with it, but it wouldn't look the way that it's going to look unless I had got this stuff from my brother. It's really awesome shit. Like, I will get into more about the quality of the stuff and everything that my brother makes. And when I get there and just show you some stuff. Now, one thing I will talk about in terms of, how exciting it is to be given stuff. Like I love to give it. Believe me, I love giving as much as I love receiving. In fact, I may love giving more. Right. Sometimes when I get stuff, I'm like, oh my God, you absolutely did not have to do that. I'm one of those guys. Like I will give you everything. And then when you try to give me something, I'm like, oh my God, no, don't give that to me. Keep that. That's your, like it's crazy. I'm a crazy person. So last week on the show, I had an amazing experience. So everybody got to see how I react, like how much this shit excites me. So I had ordered some stuff from Chris that I was giving as a gift. And then I saw that he has these doors, and I was like, "Oh my God, these got to go in the launching facility." So I was like, "I want to get this one." He sent me an extra frame so I can make one. It's like put one on one side. It's gonna look dope. But anyway, so I had ordered some stuff, and like Chris is good. You order a bunch of stuff, he's gonna maybe send you, like an extra one of these, extra 2 of these, nice little set, just a little something you could put, you know what I mean? He always sends you a nice little something to say thanks for the business. He's great. But this time he sent a bunch of new shit that not only did I not know it was coming, I didn't fucking know it existed. So the first thing I opened was something I had never seen before and was amazing. I'm not, I should probably just do it now since I'm talking about, I want to get into it a little later, but anyways, it's more about the community and the experience that I had. So I got to open thing after thing that I didn't know existed right here while everybody was watching it. I was 100% like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Like at one point I remember leaning back like this and like shaking my head and being like, the pictures, oh my God, these pictures are going to look so great. And it's true because this shit is fucking elite. Yeah. So I'm thankful for that in so many ways because I got to share it with all of you, right? I mean, it would have been one thing if like I was like doing an unboxing video and that happened, but it would still be a video, right? You guys got to see my genuine reaction. Chris got to see my genuine reaction, and that's what it's like when semi stuff. So like our brother Jeremy, he sent me a straight up care package, so a bunch of shit that like was just totally awesome. I'm gonna show everybody that in a little bit, but like so he had sent me the care package, and then we made a deal where I like the Cobra 3-pack Viper. He loves the Retro Viper. So I bought a bunch of them, the Retro Vipers, when they were on sale, in mind to trade with Jerry. So what's funny is I actually bought them before I even asked him. I didn't ask him if he had any or wanted to trade until I got them. But I was trying to surprise him and be nice. Like, hey, if you've got a bunch of these you don't want, I will happily, because I think about it, they were on sale for what, $16.99? And in my head, I was like, would I pay $17 for a 3-pack Viper? And in my head, I was like, absolutely would. So 6 of those Vipers that I bought, I gave 2 of them away. One of them went in my carded collection because I gave that one to somebody else, but I put one in the carded collection. Then 6 went to Jeremy, and I had 6 Vipers coming back. And then also in that package, he added a few other figures and some stuff. Really, really fucking cool shit. I will when I get to showing off all this stuff, I will show everybody later. So Jeremy, if you happen to be watching, thank you, brother. That was very amazing. And I did go over it last week, but I may mention it again. Our boy Dagon had hit me off with a very personal care package. He sent me 2 really dope figures, but he gave me, because this ties in with community, like super special shit. So first of all, he gave me a black major. Um, he gave me a black major custom, which is really dope, and it's got a ton of very cool extras. It's almost got like a very monkey wrench kind of gun, which is dope. But what it does have too is it's got this nice little Gatling gun for it, a la our boy Stevie Z. It's got the extra O-ring, and then of course the classic backpack, right? That you get with a bat. There you go. So, oh yeah, it's got the flamethrower too. Now he added a couple O-rings because he also gave me an OG Crazy Legs, right? Super, super dope. Really, really dope. I think I might wait until the repair shop thing, and I might do a review video with that particular figure, a couple of the ones that I have, why I'm using the field guide. I may print some of the pages out, something like that. We'll do it. But what my dude also sent me, in case you didn't happen to not see it when I said it last week, is he sent me a set of these patches, right? Now, you know, I didn't earn these. I want, it's not like I'm going to wear them, but I am going to make a very nice case, and this is going to get displayed right up in the middle of all the G.I. Joes. Like I have some memorable, like small, like those pictures that the guy drew, that Cole Art Creative drew for me and stuff. This is going to get a nice little special spot because, you know, I guess the best way to say it is, if you know my dude and you follow and you pay attention to the things he says, our dude's soul bled big time to earn these fucking things. That's a big deal. So while I love all the care packages of the, care packages and everything I've ever gotten, this obviously is, he's giving me a piece of, I mean, if you understand what the man has been going through on his experience to earn these patches, you know full well that it is something that is very personal to him. It's a big thing to him. So I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it or whatever, but I 100% take that shit like very, very seriously. It's more than just like a gift. That's like a piece of himself, sort of, because that part of his life is how he identifies with himself, and he's trying to move on from that in a certain way. I don't want to speak for him, so I'm not gonna say anything else. I just know that I'm very, very appreciative of that. For sure. Yeah, it's an honor, right? That's how I feel. It's like, you just don't give that to people unless, like, you know. But like so many of you that are in here now, I've had many interesting chats with them about, going deep, and I always appreciate everybody and their honesty with me about things that are going on in your life, because you got to get that shit out, and that's why I always try to be an ear, like a very non-judgmental ear. Like, I have been through some crazy shit. I have put myself through some crazy shit. I was crazy in my 20s. My life growing up was not ever picture perfect, but I am the luckiest dude in the world. So I'm happy to listen to anything anybody has to say. I had somebody mention, at one point I had kind of mentioned something, maybe that was something that I had sort of been going through, and they were like, "Oh my God, you never mentioned that." And it's like, well, because everybody's got their own stuff. And they're like, "Yeah, but what about," so no, this is what I'm built for. I'm built to be here for everybody in that way. So, it's never too much. You're never at saying too much of anything. Just remember that, if you have people in your life to vent to, that's good. If you don't, where my DMs are at. And we're all adults here, and I'm sure everybody knows it, but sometimes I find when I say what I'm about to say, I get a reaction that lets me know that maybe not everybody looks at it this way, right? And the irony is, what I'm talking about is perspective, right? So you need to have people around you that you say your thoughts to, so they can say shit back to you. if you're not doing that, you're going to have crazy fucked up ideas that are going to turn into really, really fucked up ideas and really thoughts. And you're going to be, you have potential to be negative to yourself or view certain situations. You may be unhappy about a situation unnecessarily. You may have just taken something one way. And then when you talk to maybe one or two people about it, the next thing you know, you're like, you know what? I think I think that's what they meant, right? The other person is telling you that's not what they meant. This is what they said, but they meant this. And so that kind of perspective, you have to be able to think for yourself, make your own decisions, but you need perspective to bounce your ideas and your thoughts off. So you know that you don't want to allow yourself to mentally drift, right? You need a hand to reach out and pull you back and say, no, bro, you're lost to the sauce. Bring it in. Let's talk about that. So that to me is good. Wolfson, I'm glad you like that idea. That is, I think it's key to your own mental well-being, right? Your overall mental health. Now, the opinions of other people are things you need to, I'm talking about good people in your life, right? You don't go listening to fucking, you at this stage in the game, you got to have at least 1, 2, 3 solid motherfuckers. I mean, really, if you have one, you could be fine. But you just got to have somebody that you can say things to without worrying about saying it. You just got to be able to say it, and then you need to have that person give you the truth, because that's the whole other part of it. You may have a friend that really likes hearing shit from you, but they don't want to they don't want to ruin your friendship, so they tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. That's a big difference, and that's what a true friend is. True friend tells you that, well, if you're a woman, it's a fine line, right? I'm talking about us bros. If a woman tells you that she looks good, you have to find a very nice way of telling her that she's absolutely beautiful, but maybe that other thing may make her look even more beautiful, right? But you're talking to your bros, you gotta say, nah, bro, you're fucked up on this. You're mad at this situation, and I don't think that's what's going on. Maybe you should just try this, or maybe just let it go. You got to have somebody to bounce them ideas off of. And I'm very thankful that a lot of you have taken that time to do that with me and bounce some stuff off. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel useful in that way as in our friendship, because it is more, like I'm not sending these. And I think it was Conrad that said it with that one gentleman where he was like, listen, first of all, these are not random followers. We're like, we're so like most of it. I think just about everybody in this chat, we are all past internet strangers, right? If you have opened up to me in a DM, believe me, you're one of many. There's a large group of us that I have deep, intimate conversations about things that go on in their life. So it is not. We are beyond that. We are brothers. That's like, I know I say that to literally everybody, but you get the idea. Because technically, we are all brothers. We're trying to, dudes that aren't in the community are just brothers that haven't came here yet. As maybe the community gets more popular, more people start following some of us or whatever, we're bound to have people that are going to come in and be dicks just for the sake of being dicks. It's the internet. We're going to have to deal with something to a degree. I mean, when I say deal with, be like, because me, I'll just block a motherfucker. I ain't got time for none of it. That one dude took Jeremy's picture, and now I say this. Now I know, we don't own any of this shit either, but to take somebody's picture, make it your profile picture, and then put some other stuff up and not credit those people. I don't know. I won't. Maybe my friends don't have time for that, and they don't want to put the energy into it, and they're probably smart. I messaged that dude and was like, yo, what the fuck? And after talking to him for a second, it was very clear that it was a bot, it wasn't a person. So I just blocked him. Boom, that's it. There was one other guy that I don't remember. We were deep in headcanon in a series of posts, and he jumped in and was like, get a girlfriend or something. I just, you know what? I think I did say something smart ass to him, but I just blocked him. I can't. And he was saying it to be a dick. Like, don't spend any energy on that. Get perspective on your stuff and don't put any energy into the negativity. I know it's hard on the internet to, if you're seeing politics stuff or this or that, and there's always going to be somebody out there that is saying something that's gonna sound so dumb to you that it makes you mad and you have to say something, right? Just like you're like, how the fuck could you possibly think that? You gotta ignore that shit. You gotta get your timeline cleansed. You got to stop, because everybody on the and anybody on the internet that is hollering is not here to hear what you have to say. They just want to scream at you. There's no, you will spend your whole life arguing with people on the internet, and you will not change one motherfucking mind. Nobody is coming here to have their mind changed. They just want to yell at you. So personally, I avoid all that. So anytime something like that pops up, boop. I mean, I see some of y'all may jump in, like you got comments somewhere or the other. I'm not here to police what you do. Just saying, like, like it's that, as long as it's not your life. Like I had somebody message me and was like, I've been following you for a while, and I'm always, commenting and posting on your stuff, and I was hoping you'd follow back. And I flat out told him, I was like, bro, your bio is full of political shit. And while you may love G.I. Joe also, you clearly love all this shit that I can't have that on my timeline. Or when you do have somebody that's involved in that, it drags more of it into your timeline. So unfortunately, that's kind of the thing where I'm like, if your whole life is arguing about something, if your identity is political, I'm not dealing with it. Otherwise, for the most part, it's I don't want my timeline overrun. I want to see you guys, right? I'm following about 100 people, and obviously there's probably going to be, but this is where I want to keep it. I want to keep it, whatever. Never fight with people online, because odds are the person you're fighting with is that kid who ate pace back. Yes, that's correct. So while I have faith in humanity and I love people, unfortunately, if you go about your daily life and you look around, depending on where you are or where you go, you'll start to realize that a staggering percentage of people are not that smart. They're not capable of really good critical thinking. I can eat way more paste. Some people are just not capable of that critical thinking, or they are susceptible to suggestion. And some people are very easily manipulated by what's on TV and stuff. And I think I've gone a little too far in all of that. That's about as much as you're going to hear from me about on any of that. Yeah, I have no politics. I think they're all crooks. So bringing it back to the community, I love you all. Thank you all for showing up. I just want to talk about Dagon's gift again, because it was very special. Also, I wanted to mention, maybe now would be a good time. I could just show you the shit that Jeremy sent me, since I'm doing that right there. So again, the first thing he had sent me was, I think it was just this, right? So first of all, how cool is this? I'm just gonna pick everything up, sorry, and show it. So he sent me a legit motherfucking bag of destros. Awesome. So what we got here is, I don't know exactly which lines they're from, but they're all pretty dope, and I will take it. Yeah, boy. I like this one with the crew neck, with the sweater, the big gun in the front. That belt is fucking fire. Look at that motherfucker. We always knew that Cobra forces were courageous, but this live stream is hardcore brave. Wow. Yeah, very good. Hail Destro, hail the brave, and of course, hail Cobra. Hail TV Cobra. If you're just joining us, you may have missed. I waxed poetic about all the stuff that you have released, as well as what is, that I let everybody know that I joined the Patreon, that they should too, and that they need to pay attention to everything that you and I have coming up. And that's all I can say. And that's that. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it very much. I'm currently showing off the stuff that my boy Jeremy gave me. So one more quick look. Bag of Destros. Now, again, I feel like everything he sent me was purposeful. So, that's what he sent me, right? Okay. I traded him a Trench Viper for 2 Retro Vipers, which in my head I was like, would I pay $32 for this? And I was like, yes, I would. Seeing as how I can't get a hold, I would buy another set if I could get my hands on another set for a price. But anyway, so I'll talk more about this figure later. So we traded. I got this, and with that, he sent me the bag of Destros. He sent me this motherfucker right here. So look, he's got 2 shotgun clips for his auto shotgun, right? 2 shotgun clips, but he's got a fucking 50-round drum right here in his leg that comes out. It does come out and it goes in there, but it's in there good. This is a pretty dope figure. I love this vest, the back, the details, the boots. It's fantastic. He's a great figure. He's going to go well with like a mercenary style subset, right? I almost wanted to, with the color of the pants, maybe I wanted to find a way to make him part of the SWAT team that goes with Shockwave and the cops. Possibly, we'll see what happens. It also came with a more clips for the gun. Hold on a second. More clips for the gun, hands, which is really cool. An extra drum, 2 extra clips, and then a bunch of hands. That's a dope figure, bro. That's really sweet. I absolutely love that. And I was really and here's the coolest part. Check it out. So Homeboy came with a file card, the Atlas. So again, very thoughtful. Like perfect. I fucking love it. Now also Homeboy sent me a Cobra Trooper body with Fire Team extras. Fire Team Trooper extras. I got the head. I got this. So I am going to actually take this off. I don't think I fit it on Major Blood, but I want to try to find. I would love to get him some of this webbing somehow because he's going to be part of the team. So now I have another Trooper body that's going to go on somewhere with a Trooper head. I got the pistol for him, and really fucking awesome. He sent me the Saw Viper setup, right? Like, holy shitballs. So I love this shit. I love the Saw Viper. I love this whole set. I just recently bought a second one. Now, I'm also in the market to have some heavy equipment like this for some backpackless Alley Vipers that I have. So I bought 4 Alley Vipers that came with only their knives, shields, and pistols, right? Because I think he kept the rest of the stuff for his trench vipers. So he sold me those OG Alley Vipers, and I'm arming a bunch of them up with rocket launchers. I bought some bazooka rocket launchers that are gonna go. I'm gonna dye them navy blue, and then have the missiles like a bright orange that to go with the motif. But yeah, so he sent me the Saw Viper setup. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but I think I'm gonna maybe try to turn these into Alley Viper colors and set one of the Alley Vipers up with this as well. It might look good on Trench Viper too. Very excited about that. So that was and he sent me the artillery. Here's the rest of the troopers' weapons. Right, there's the trooper's weapon and his leg, whatchamacallit. And then here he sent me the rocket launcher and the backpack from the infantry guy of the 788 fire team, of which he knows I am obsessed. Thank you for the welcome, Snow Leopard. Yeah, just here to learn and listen. The Gonzo streaming is absolutely great. What an incredible phenomenon. All this is just too great. Thank you for the kind words, TV Cobra. I'm incredibly happy that you were able to join us. It was lovely speaking with you, and I really look forward to what comes next. So yeah, one more time, check that dude out. It's a Valiverse guy. Really dope. The Atlas. Now, so this was the one he sent me all this extra stuff when we traded for the Trench Viper. And then we traded the retro. I traded those retro Vipers for 6 of these. So this guy, we're representing we've got a black Viper in the house because all the other ones, I don't know. I don't think mine came. I don't know how he did this. I think maybe you just take the armband off or however that worked. But yeah. So here's all of their equipment. I got my 6 guys, and then he sent me again extra on top. Look at that. Boom. What a dope figure. Now, first of all, I know that my kids are gonna fucking love that. All right. So anything that you send that I get to my kids to get down here and enjoy it with, fucking they are gonna love that. So that is really sweet. Check this dude out. This dude is I'm pretty sure he's a Star Wars guy, right? But check him out. Boom. A perfect like utility officer. I'm trying to think of a way if I think I'm going to use it I have a dio coming up where there's going to be like a hot lava, like pouring molten metal. And I'm going to need a robot of a certain stature to be able to work around that heat. And I think this is going to be that guy. So that's going to be fucking awesome. Now, one thing that is hold on, one more thing. I got another Valveverse guy that I fucking love. First of all, everybody knows I'm a sucker for a balaclava. So check this dude out. Boom. Bang. Now, what I like is I have Desert Snake Eyes showing up tomorrow. I need somebody to go with him, and I think this looks close enough because I got the Scorpion, right? So I need to set up a scene where they're fighting, and this dude is going to go next to Snake Eyes now. And I got a bunch of shit that he comes with. So these Valveverse toys ain't no fucking joke. All right, I don't know. Oh, look at he's got a wow. So I got one with a helmet. That's pretty fucking fire. Look at this dope. That's a dope fucking gun, bro. That is fucking fire. Boom, and he's got like that's an MP7, I think, sort of like a take on that. I've got clips for it. He's got a brown sidearm and a whole bunch of fucking hands. So I got these two Valveverse guys that already have spots. Now, the one thing I didn't get to ask him about was this Night Creeper. It's got like action, like swing action on the hips. I don't know where the fuck this is from. It's like a classified scale, right? It's smaller. All right, so that's like a 5-inch figure, I think, right? Definitely smaller, but check it out. His swords go in, weave right in and out of that. It all goes right on his back. Yo, this is fucking awesome. So my kids are also going to get this one. So they love ninjas, and this is going to be now. What I also thought about is sticking to him. I do have 2 regular Night Creepers, but I gotta ask him, Jeremy, if you happen to be here, brother, where the fuck did you get this from? What is the dealio? But it's dope. Look at how cool that is. So that is not the classified Night Creeper. In case you were, I know Big Red, I know you spotted that in the post I made earlier about you spotted the Night Creeper, and yeah, this is not the classified one, but it's fucking awesome. I love it. That's everything should have this, right? You heard me. I even talked about it on with Mark on Monday that every classified should come with the shit that you could put on him, right? I mean, I love the idea of buying, like one of these crates for every figure I have, but that's insane. I would never get done printing. I have 250 of them, 280 of them, I think, or whatever. But yeah, so I've got all my Vipers now for the launching facility. I think what I told Jeremy, and this is going to sound crazy, is the way that I look at it is that I have these 3-pack Vipers are the outside going after people Vipers, and the retro Viper looks more like a nice clean inside Viper, right? Like that Viper is a guard on the inside of whatever. But yeah, no, man, these are the shit. I fucking love these. Now I'm gonna have to put their arm guards on there because I do like that. But these are just, I love I'm not gonna go into it again, but the muted colors, it's just great. Like his colors, the fire team colors, like that muted red. It's like a deep muted red. I just absolutely love that color. So Jeremy, my brother, thank you so much. That's very generous, bro. Like legit very generous. You gave me quite a few things. And I super appreciate it. I've always kind of gone into it with Jeremy like all the time. I let him know how much I've always appreciated. He was, again, one of those first people that I had talked to. And there was a lot of things that like I didn't know about. Now, like there's other people too that were very instrumental in that with knowledge, but I would hit Jeremy up with stupid questions like all the time. I'd be like, I don't know where to find this. What is this? Always very gentle with like, oh, well, this is very easy, but here, I'll help you out with that. So I appreciate Jeremy, and it's very nice. He digs the vibe about what we're trying to do. He's a big part of the community here too. And I love that he sent that. So that is fantastic. Maybe I'll just go through the mail call real quick since I've got it, right? Oh, look at that. I didn't put this up. This is, there we go. All right. Well, first things first, let's do shirts. So I got 2 shirts from our brother, Jay Antonio. Now, I have also become very friendly and close with our boy. I'm not sure if you'd be able to make it in here yet. He's fantastic. We send voice messages back and forth. I absolutely love talking to him. He's a really solid dude. And right now, everybody knows he had this fall. Our boy needs your support, right? I'm trying to get him to draw me something so I can give him money for it. He's not 100% back. It takes some time for him to complete some shit. So I'm sure there's going to open up other avenues for us to support him. But what you should do, anybody can do it. Yo, T Public right now has a sale. So you can get $16 for a t-shirt. You spend an extra $2.50, you get a sticker. That's fucking awesome. So now for $18.50, I think you add on like $3 or $4 in shipping. I think it winds up coming out to like $21. You get a super dope shirt like this from CBZ. But right now, this is what I got from J. Antonio. I got this. Wow. I just love it. I love the Back to the Future movies. This is just, I don't know, it's just seemed like a really cool shirt. And when I was scanning through looking for one to buy, I was like, yeah, this is the one. It's dope. And everybody knows T Public shit is good. But check this one out. This is the shit right here. Wow. Look at that. Little fucking Omni Man in the house. So this is great. I don't know if you've ever seen the John the Baptist had his head severed. And there's a bunch of different old pics that are like in the Louvre of that, and this is that same kind of motif. He's got the nice signature down here. This is a J. Antonio original. He drew that shit, and I was like, oh hell yeah. I tried to tell him, I was like, yo, if you make me a shirt that's got art that looks serious like this, and it's got like Shockwave or an Alley Viper, I'll buy one of every color. I will make it worth your while to just do it. So get over and support our brother. He could definitely use our community to pitch in and grab a few shirts. And then hopefully maybe he opens the door to some custom drawings or something in the future, and we can help him with that too. Let's see what we got here. Most groups are super negative. Yeah, all right. So Battle Flaps, giving us some props here. Love this community because you all brought a fellow collector in, made me feel welcome. Most groups are super negative, and I don't need it. Nobody needs it at any time. Babs, nobody needs it. That's why I came in hot and heavy, being super like I couldn't just be gently nice. I knew that to change the culture of like an online thing, I needed to really be engaging and bring it in. So I'm happy that you feel that way because it is legit the goal. Like I've said, I want my thing is not only do I want to make people feel good and be happy, I want it to be so strong of a feeling that when they put their phone down after watching our community, they turn around and are then better to the people around them. Now, I know that's asking a lot, but I've had people tell me that that's what it is, that, just kind of like interact. Yeah, I had one guy even say like he used to be a super negative poster, and he's like, now I would be embarrassed to post any of that stuff just because it's, you get used to acting like this, like I don't know how else to say it, but yeah. So I love it. Welcome. Absolutely. Now this is the coolest fucking thing. This is from our boy Pop Cult Frenzy. I absolutely love this shirt, and I love it so much I might get another color. I thought that the army green was perfect, and it actually goes. Oh, I didn't really show that enough, and it actually goes really well. Goes really well with the yellow and the O'Hara red. I think I remember the brown. I thought the brown looked really good with it, and there was one more color. I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get another color of that so I can wear more than one for sure. Now our boy Stevie Z in the house. Actually, I'm not sure if he's here tonight. I talked to him earlier, and I can't remember what he said. So the first shirt I got from Stevie Z was this, and I thought it was pretty cool. He's got a whole series of shirts on Vipers, and it's strike first, die last. I love it. I've always looked at like the Vipers. God, I don't remember who said it. I think Ryan Barhill, the tank or short tanker. I believe he said that he always looked at Vipers as like the Marines, and I was kind of like, okay, I think so. And now, yeah, anybody can talk about the branches how they want. I don't know. It seemed like it made sense, and I liked it. And then I got this one. A ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. I don't remember if they had color options on this one. I feel like they didn't. I feel like when I would have got a different color, like I love the electric blue, but I feel like I would have got maybe like a navy blue or something. But no, I love this shirt. I wore it a couple weeks ago, and it looked really good. The sizing on like the lettering and everything was perfect. So now, as you see, what I have here are this one here. Now I wore. So I don't know if everybody noticed. In the promo picture for the podcast this week, I had the Cobra Claw pilot was in the picture, right? Because the launch facility is coming tomorrow, and now I also have this on. So I'm trying to be as synchronous as I can. So this one I haven't worn yet, but I think this is dope. I got a nice night landing shirt. I like this color. This is like a heather blue or heather gray or heather asphalt or some shit like that. Really dope. I actually got another shirt in the same color because it just looked right for the trouble bubble. Yep, super dope. Absolutely love it. Very, very cool. The print or the blueprint pictures on that one are cool. Some of them, like the night landing, doesn't have a lot of detail, or this one doesn't have a little detail, but I think they're just iconic, so it has to be made. Like this is fucking amazing. I love the bivouac. Um, Whenever I can get back on my feet, I'll hit them up for shirts. I need more. Hopefully, yeah. No, dude, they have crazy sizes. They got everything like that. And listen, you say back on your feet. I don't know if you're looking for a job or you had an injury or something, but yeah, man, this is a good place to get some support and remember, we'll keep you going. You gotta stay positive in your search for whatever's gonna get you back on your feet. You gotta fucking stay strong on that. You gotta be positive. You gotta manifest that fucking shit. Now, this color is a little bit brighter than I thought it was going to be, but it looked like the one that I had to get for the hydrofoil. So this is really awesome. I love this one. So again, it's like this is I think it's heather red, but it's less of a red. Well, obviously you're adding that heather pattern in there, so it just took away from the red a little more than I thought, but I still love it. I think it's absolutely perfect. And yes, I have a fuck ton of these. This is the one I wore last week. Absolutely love it. Very, very good. Injury, just waiting on results. All right, brother, no doubt. Well, you got to stay up because that physical will drag your head right down into the mud too. So if you're injured, you can't do this, you can't do that, and then on top of it, you're feeling all beat up and shit on the outside as well as on the inside. Yeah, man, you gotta stay positive. All right, now this one, this is what hold on, I'll do this one. So this one I just got. I had this on yesterday. Very, very cool. Yeah, exactly. We all do what we can when we can. That's the important part. When I say we got to support, don't ever extend yourself. Absolutely. And if you're battling an injury, and you're waiting to get back on your feet, then 100% don't you worry about spending any money. Love that blue Cobra shirt. Oh, yeah, no, they're all awesome. So this one, I love this one, and I love it in this color. Fucking tits. Totally fucking tits. So I really love this one. I don't want to know if I say it's my favorite because I don't know. I really like a few of them, but I'm Hiss obsessed. This color looks great. The color reminds me of like the 788 Fire Team and whatnot. So that one, I wore that one on Destro as my spirit animal. And yes, I do put a lot of thought into what shirt I'm going to wear and when, especially because it involves supporting our brothers. I'm just looking for a place to put these things, not on the ground. Boom. There we go. All right. So let's see if I can talk about some. All right, I'm just going to talk about a couple other things. Or no, yeah, I'll talk about something for a minute, and then I will come back to the rest of the stuff. So I feel like, oh, that was what it was. That's what I wanted to talk about. Did you guys see? Having a hard time remembering exactly like the Arashikage Z. All right, our dude. Absolute pose wizard. I think he's fantastic. Homeboy does poses so well that he just puts them right up on his like dining room table. First of all, it looks like he has a gorgeous house. And he puts them up on the dining room table, and the pictures are just amazing. Like I have to remember that. Like I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have to do like a 3-day dial build for me to take fucking pictures before I'm like, finally like, oh, okay, I can share this with the world because it looks like I spent a month on it, for Christ's sakes. So anyway, Homeboy is such a good posing wizard that I feel like he doesn't get enough love for how he does that. But anyway, he put the Night Force Shockwave head on one of the cop bodies, one of the police officer bodies, and it looks fantastic. I just wanted to mention that before I popped into my head, and I wanted to say because it looks really good. So the Night Force Shockwave it's all black, and he popped it right on there, and it looks fantastic. So I wanted to remember that. So I'll just go over. So real. Oh yes. So this is a good thing. I can get right back into it. Our boy, Chuckin' and Truckin', everybody's seen him. I put a post out the other day. He is selling his Serpentor for $225 plus shipping. He is selling his Mindbender for was it 85 or 95? It's listed on one of my tweets. I think I put it on the one of the highlights. I think it was 85 plus shipping. And I just want to throw it out there. He sold a bunch of stuff to NOD, and I've gotten a few things from him It's back there, but I got my snow job from him. Very excited about that. And then just recently, I got this from him. He was nice enough to give it to me for, if you go and you look and you're like, okay, so you can find it for like 275 in some places, but then they want like a fuck ton for shipping. A lot of people are paying like 300 for this fucker right now, and he gave it to me for a very reasonable cost. I'm so excited. Now, I've got two of the missile systems. One is going to go on the back of this, and the other one is going to go on the back of the Awe Striker, and they are going to be leading into a base where I have Mos Mind's Outpost. A bunch of us have the same one, the green one. And I'm going to have that. I'm going to have the Merc coming out of some water, kind of similar to what I had before, but it's going to look a little bit different. It's going to be like a building there, and it's going to be like the Joes are getting ready to roll out. They're getting ready to go. But yeah, I've got an MMS system for the back of the Awe Striker and the back of this. I'm so fucking happy I got this. The price just kept going up. Like it's like I had to decide, okay, do I want to just bite the bullet and pay for what it is now? Or do you want to wait until people are charging $350, $400 fucking dollars? Like that's, that's where we're headed right now with it literally just keeps, every time I look on eBay, it's gone up $10, $15. So I was definitely like, all right, I asked my boy, because I had a feeling he would give me a reasonable price, and he did. So I'm extremely happy. I bought this and this at the same time. I realized during the week I didn't have a shipwreck. I was like, yo, holy fuck. So I think at that point he and I had we had already made a deal where he was sending this, and then I think he was like, I said something in a post, and he was like, oh, I've got a shipwreck to send. I mean, I don't know why, but I love the Stinger. Don't get me wrong, but this just looks so fucking amazing. Like, it's got more shit, obviously, right? Like, I don't think they didn't have the jerry cans. And one thing too, like the stuff that's painted on the hood, like the ones in the Stinger aren't painted. So it's just kind of like, commandeering Joe vehicles, smart, forge the enemy, as Sun Tzu says, precisely. So I'm very happy. Remember, buy with confidence, chucking and trucking without a doubt. And I got a shipwreck, finally. I really want to do I know he looks iconic like this, but I really want to put a black sweater on him and put the black wool, like whalesman's hat or whatever the fuck it's called, and then give him a slung weapon and make it, what is that, version 3? So he looks like I was able to get $5, and that shipwreck is dope. Nice. So yeah, I really would like to make him that. I think it's version 3 where they have him. He's like a Navy SEAL, right? I think that's what it is. It's something like that. So that's exciting. I got divers. Now, I got one of these last week. I don't remember if they made it into the mail call last week, but these came this week. So I got 2 sets. One set just didn't seem enough. I don't want a bunch. Like, they're fantastic looking, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't do a lot of underwater scenes, so it's kind of hard. Like, it comes with a lot of equipment. I like the colored, like the red, like the Cobra eels would look really good with these in their hands too. So I think a lot of it's going to get moved around, whatever. Didn't someone do a custom Navy SEAL shipwreck? Is it great version 2? So I think if I had to guess, Big Red, I think it is our boy Thanos, right? Thanos Carnalis. Homeboy he's constantly customizing. He's got that insane figure collection. But I am actually going to open one of these tonight so I can get this element out and put it in my Sister the Arsenal mass device. So boom, there's that. If you need a Pythona, hit me up. It pretty much, retail and shipping, and it's yours. I wasn't even, I talked about this on Destro's My Spirit Animal. I wasn't even going to get one because Cobra La, I don't know. I don't mind it. It's great. I had pre-FOMO. So I was looking at this going, if I don't buy it, I'm going to feel like I'm missing out, and I'm going to have to get it. And then I'm going to wind up paying a fuck ton on the secondary market. So I'm not going to be one of those guys that goes and tries selling it for $100. This is up for grabs, retail plus shipping, and it is yours. Actually, you know what? Just pay the retail, and I will pay for the shipping, 100%. Um, I got another one. I'm army building with them. A bunch of grunts and a bunch of footlooses. That's the ground assault. Like that's they're going in. They're going in first. I got another beachhead. So these were $18 on Amazon, and so I have one carded. That's going to stay carded in the collection, and then I have one that I use. And I was like, I'm going to break a fucking hand, playing with it or doing something. I was like, you know what? Why don't I just get an extra one? Because he's my favorite figure. I would always want him to be. You know what I mean? The best thing about Cobra Law is using their battle cry when someone is saying something annoying. Just, yes, thank you. That is very much the way to go. TV Cobra, Anchor Viper. So I got an extra one of those. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. So I showed this earlier. Bang. That's going to our boy. Battle Flaps here, but it's Babs the Barbarian. So these were on sale. This is a Super 7 Ultimate, and it is Super 7 Ultimate. This is the purple Snake Eyes with Timber. I'm probably gonna open this tonight if we have time. I have two of them. One I think I'm gonna give away, and I was like, you know what? I want one of those. I think I'm gonna put it maybe on my computer. These were on sale. I couldn't say no. So, boom, done deal. I got another one of these. I gotta open it and put it because this is also going in the Cobra Claw launching facility. So yeah, I have 3 claws and that to open. So I now got I don't remember what was in last week's and this week's. I think I had one of these out last week and I've got 2. So now I've got 3 of the firemen to go in a scene with I have the cops. So I'm gonna have a scene where OG Shockwave is leading the police out of the Atlas. The firefighters and Barbecue are going to be maintaining like a fire. The police are going to be keeping people back behind the barriers and shit like that. Really need a pogo. What does it say? The pogo? Oh, dude, that would be awesome. And especially since we have Battle Armor Cobra Commander. All right. So I got just a couple things left, but these are important. I wasn't going to buy this set. I love the original figures so much that I refuse to see them as anything but, right? But these just look so good. The figures themselves, even I don't like the green is a weird green. I very much dislike the blue, but somehow these figures are just incredible. And the extras are amazing. I can do so much with this set. This was Pulse. Pulse had it on sale. It was like 30. I want to say 31, but it wasn't 31. I think it was 38, which I haven't seen it for anything on sale. I think Walmart had a sale, whatever, but I got it. I might even pop this open just to maybe pull the figures out, because if you look at the detail, like on the figures, it's really incredible. They both got sniper rifles. They look like they are like a long range recon sort of thing. Just look at that. So I couldn't say no. It'll be one of those things where like I will make a scene with just them, right? Like I won't incorporate them in anything. The original figures will get used and stuff, but I can make like a scene like that real quick. Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. I gotta step off camera. Sorry about that. So I have cats, and the way my basement is set up, they don't get anywhere. Like when you go down, my stairs are in the middle of the basement. When you go down to the bottom of the stairs, I have a barn style door that stays shut, and I have the wall on the side that has a opening for the cats to go into. I have just a utility room where like I have a slop sink, I have their litter boxes, which I hate. I cannot wait till they're gone. And then that way that is all closed off in a whole separate room, ventilated. So down here it's just like that world doesn't exist. and the cats can only go up to this side. So, one time wetsuit even got to rock his blue jeans. Yeah, Big Red Trouble Bubbles are so cool. They are cool. I will take that out again now. The Telly Vipers really look amazing. The Trouble Bubble itself, they fucking crushed it. It's a really good set. I love the Python Patrol one too, but the OG, oh shit. But the OG is just incredible. I got shit falling all over the place. So last but not least, I got boom. Oh, so the Trouble Bubble and these two right here were products of the Pop Cult Frenzy, like when they were just going nuts, and Homeboy had us with all the great legs. So this is what's up. So this is my third missile system. Now, one of them, this is only 2 Techno Vipers though. The one missile system I bought with no fig, and that was fine because it was cheap. It was like, Jesus, I think I paid $20 for it. I couldn't say no to that. And these are like my favorite classifieds, right? The number 30 Snake Eyes, the Night Force Beachhead, and the Firefly. I have a few, but I fucking love this set. I'm so over the moon with the Hiss. These two right here. I had to get a whole other one. So I mentioned it. Basically, I know I've said it before. I have a really awesome scene coming up with Major Blood leading the 788 fire team. I had to wait to get it to these to actually add it to the scene. So that's going to be within maybe like in 2 weeks or so, I think, because I'm doing the launching facility. I have a bunch of Atlas and stuff for Mos Mind that I'm doing, and then it's going right to the Hiss because I haven't shot the Hiss yet. I haven't taken any photos of the Hiss, and I've had this idea in my mind for a really long time, and I'm super fucking stoked. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in right now, and I did want to just talk about some of the work that some of you guys have been doing. So I missed it last week. I don't know how. I don't know what happened, but I totally missed the shit. So first, right off the bat, has everybody seen, because I just saw it, the Doggerland Island is up. New Doggerland Island. So our boy Wolfson is spinning a really cool tale about these tunnels that are under, like he has this dio with some interesting figures. He's got like black snake armors, a bunch of shit that just looks amazing. And he has a different picture with a different caption, and they're all really awesome. I feel like he's really built up something that's incredible with that. Like the story, it's like a fever pitch. Like I think it's really fucking cool. Like I really, really love it. And so I'm currently working on putting some. I'm working with him. I don't want to say anything more until we get it out. But yeah. So that shit is really dope, and I love it, Wolfson. I love all your contributions to our community. I'm glad that you're here. I really do think you are an added spice when you put your stuff to any of our posts. It's all very thought provoking, and you absolutely, I know that I feel like when I'm reading the shit, the messages you send me, that I am 100% doing like a mental exercise that is good for my old man brain. So I love it. Keep that shit up. Big Red has his Know Your Viper, which I think is fucking great. He just went over to Telly Vipers. I loved it. Speaking of Televiper, I loved it. Every time he does the Know Your Viper or the weekly deep dive on a figure, it's like our brains are in lockstep when he talks about those figures. Totally and completely think that it is like all of his opinions on it are all dead nuts. Can't beat it with a stick, like on the money. So I can't stress to you enough, Red. Like all of the stuff that you do is incredibly creative. Like I had a feeling when I was talking to you that maybe you were a little doubtful of how it was received, or if people thought it was good, or any of that kind of stuff. But I know that I think the shit that you are putting out is very cool. It's like one of those things where we can all we could just all sit here and talk about this shit like the whole time, right? Like any, it's just like you're picking up a figure and you're just like, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. And I don't know. I absolutely love it. I think it's great. It's a good way to get us talking about G.I. Joe. Other people can pitch in. Like one of the coolest things about our community is that we have that exchange of ideas. Wolfson is very big on this, the exchange of ideas, right? And I've said it before, like the rising tide raises all boats. When we all make each other better, we all are better, we all get better. Bottom line, boom, done deal. But yeah, so the other thing too, Big Red, you had two different ones, and it was the shipwreck. It was almost like a cooking with shipwreck that was fucking really cool. It's what I mean. It's things like that. Like we doesn't, we don't always have to have, like an action scene. It doesn't have to be, something like that. I think it's awesome. I think it's good to have on the timeline. So yeah, he was cooking and then he was doing the dishes after or something like that. And it was just kind of like shipwreck knows what the ladies want. The whole thing. So definitely for sure, keep that shit up, bro. And don't, at this point, I can say with full confidence, post with confidence. You post with your own confidence. Everything that you're doing is top notch. Don't even second guess yourself. Fucking put your all right into something and then post that shit because it's turbo. So that's for sure. I love it. Oh, okay. Yep. All right. I'll have to come back to that then. So our boy Big Snow Leopard was doing something. Now, again, I missed this last week, so I'm going to go over it. And he said earlier in the chat that there's more stuff coming, so it's great. So he had this series where Breaker and Clutch were riding the Rams. Breaker's Ram broke down, and he was kind of on the side of the road. Clutch was like, "Oh, I have a friend that owns a repair shop. I'll go get him. We can come back. We'll get the Ram cycle." And when Clutch gets there, he finds that there's somebody he doesn't recognize. And that person informs Clutch that his friend had an early retirement. And the next thing you know, Clutch is on the ground. The Dreadnoks have him. Xandar is there. And then cut back to Breaker on the Ram cycle is getting picked up by what looks like it's an ambulance, very cool ambulance, and everything is so cool. Everything is like all of the dios that he has now. He always wants me to tell everybody he doesn't make these dios, that he got them, which believe me, that's fine. They're awesome, very very cool. So like that whole series, Snow Leopard is very awesome. You have, whenever you put something together in that 3 3/4 style, you have an excellent choice in figures. I love you have an eye for, you do like this background foreground a lot of times, and it just looks very good. I think it looks excellent. So same thing with that I had said to Big Red. Keep coming up with the ideas. Keep putting it out there. Everything you're doing is great. And I love you have, I heard just earlier today, you were talking about you got more Delta 17 figures coming. You have a very, very cool collection. I love it. Keep up the good work. Just yesterday, our boy Just Some Jerk did a fabulous custom Viper. I say custom. He took the Viper head off and then he put somebody else's head on there, and it looked really, really cool. Yeah, Snow Leopard, Big Red, you're both very welcome. And it was cool, and like so, the Viper like bumped into the Baroness like walking down the hallway, and he got all kind of like mushed mouth and annoying while trying to recover from this faux pas of bumping into the Baroness. Like treating her like she's like a royalty or something, and basically in the end he has it out there that the Baroness is just gonna kiss this guy to shut him the fuck up and get him to go away. And I loved it. So it was 4 shots and then 4 shots that tied it all together. Again, he's very good with the posing and the pictures too. So I just thought that was great. Now I hope I didn't miss anybody that had any kind of work that if you had put something out this week and I did not just mention it, I thoroughly apologize. This week was tough. So what I've been doing is when I see it, I usually bookmark it, and then Saturday when I'm doing show prep, I can just go to the the bookmarks, and then I can just look at the stuff. So it's that's really helpful. Mm. All right, that's what we're going to talk about now. So our boy. So last week, I don't remember how the conversation got started, but it was basically like I said to everybody. Somebody had brought up that they thought Quick Kick was the figure of the year, and I was like, really? Uh, Where might we find more on Wolfson awesomeness? Well, Wolfson can be found right on that same page, right on the same Twitter page as the handle he has here, Wolfson. Now he doesn't. He usually everything he does, he kind of like slides his stuff in with other people, which is perfect on other people's posts. Homeboy, I think he'd rather be background and extra thinking than necessarily in the limelight, even though his stuff is amazing. So TV Cobra, stay tuned. I have a series, this whole thing that we're talking about now, his series of shots called Dogalund. Fantastic and really, really cool. I'm gonna put them together for him in a thread. So it'll be like a video where it'll be one after the other. You'll be able to read the caption and see it in sequence, and I'm gonna put a little music to it. So yeah, you can find his page of the same name, Wolfson, and then I will probably, hopefully, in the next few days, I'll make that video for him, and then everybody can see and enjoy what he has going on because his shit is really dope. So last week, somebody had brought up Quick Kick as their favorite figure of the year, and I love that. That's a cool choice. It's different. Look at the whole thing. So here he is, right? And I don't disagree. He's very fucking cool, right? This shit is dumb cool. Like you really can't go wrong. Two sets of swords, all the different extras. I'm gonna put the sweater on him, and then maybe I'll think he's something like the figure of the year. But he's fantastic. He's really fantastic. But to me, I don't know. I don't think he's. I don't feel like he's figure of the year. To me, he's up there, right? But I don't know. I think I'd put a bunch of other figures ahead of him, right? The one thing that looking back, it didn't pop into my head. What I realized is there was a figure. So there was a bunch of people in the comments that gave me their like top three, and it was all pretty cool. I think Conrad said his favorite was Leatherneck. I thought that was pretty cool. Leatherneck, Conrad always makes some really cool choices. His favorite of the year was definitely Leatherneck. But not one person said or included this dude in their figure of the year. And I think that is fucking heresy. So this dude is legit really, really awesome. I don't know how he didn't get mentioned. And so I'm literally doing this whole thing right now so we can give this dude his due. Now, I don't know what else a motherfucking figure would have to do to get at least one mention. Right. This Week in Hearthstone gets it. Travesty. He is like the best. Like, look at this fucking thing. The way two hoses. He's got a hose that comes from this awesome 2-tank backpack that comes over and attaches. You get the smoldering and the launching. They've got the chrome detail on the different parts of the gun. He's got this hose comes off. You can take the mask off. I think I can't remember if the goggles are separate. Like the whole front of the mask comes off, the helmet comes off. He's like, you can customize the shit out of him in the way that you get him to look. He does have a nice little fucking sidearm, which is pretty cool. I don't know what a dude would have to do. Blowtorch doesn't figure. Hasbro did a fantastic job with the face mask and helmet. He does a killer. So to me, this is one of the ultimate classifications, like legit. When we talk about tripwire, when we talk about scrap iron and how they did that over, this is right there for me. They fucking nailed this shit. So one of the coolest things is I heard Lenny talk about in an interview are these little nodules, right? That he has all over. And what Lenny said they were like these little apparatus that allows his suit to breathe, right? Because obviously he's sealed in from the flames, the fires, the elements. But what these things allow his body to do is, because it's hot under there, still is that the ship breathes out. So I'm here to burn your empire to the ground. Look at me, look at me. It's yeah, there he is. He's definitely like a look at me motherfucker. He shows up like fly as hell. So I go back and forth about how I feel about something in particular. So the yellow on this is so obviously not the same yellow as the suit, but it's so close that you're kind of like, it's close enough to be annoying, where you're like, well, why wouldn't they? And you're like, okay, so this is just his off. This is just what, this material, this fireproof material, you could only, like some material, you can only dye it to a certain shade of colors, right? And so this being like a safety yellow color, and then this just being like some mustard fucking flame fireproof or fire retardant material, whatever you want to call it. But I literally just wanted to say this whole thing because, dude, this is like the coolest figure of the year. Now, there's a few others that if you were like, I think that this other one is better, I would agree. But the fact that nobody, not one person mentioned it, it didn't come to my mind either. Remind you, I'm part of the problem. I actually like the difference in color with the tank versus his clothes. So yes, so Big Red, it's just like some kind of a tick in my head that makes my eye like jump back and forth between the two. And I'm like, why is it like that? But when I think about it, I also agree that is that it's, because this is so obvious, the safety yellow. This is gas. Like you know what I mean? I would love to know the reason. I assume like that is different materials. Right. Right. That, this is the metal and they could get a true safety yellow. Maybe they wanted this material to be the same color, but they just couldn't get the dye to take in the same way because it's such a crazy material. So yeah, it's the same, Chris. I do like it. I don't know if I would change it. I have to see it before I can make that decision. But I think I do kind of like that it's like that, and I can deal. But this is just so awesome. It's really so dope. Uh, and the gun, like how they've got the little extra tank and the big tank, the little tank. So this is like to get you going, but then he's also hooked up to this. So he's really burning something fucking hot. So I assume you get a little oxygen in here, and here's your accelerant, and that's that. So I think they fucking nailed it. Now I will talk about. I have the list in front of me, and there's so many. I think that, like, first of all, when I look down the list, I like them all. So I'll just name them off real quick so you guys know what I'm looking at. Saw Viper, Leatherneck, Dial Tone, Heavy Duty, Trench Viper, Cobra Claw Pilot, Frag Viper, Dark Lawn, Blowtorch, Footloose, Law and Order, Breaker, Crystal Ball, Slice and Dice, Snake Eyes with Polar Bear, the Snake Armor, the Cold Slither set, Knife Force, Beach Quick Hit 2-pack, Major Blood, Monkey Wrench, Battle Armor Coco, the Diver 2-pack, wait, Crankcase and the Awe, Pythona, Budo, and the Steel Core Sentry. Right. So if you look at those, I'm pretty sure the beginning of the year that first wave was the Saw Viper, Leatherneck, Dial Tone, Heavy Duty, and then the Trench Viper came out separately right after that. That's right when I started That's right when I started, getting classifieds, and I missed out on the Trench Viper, which I was so upset because everybody knows how much I love an Alley Viper, and I think the Trench Viper is like, wow, yes. So I was really upset that I had missed out on that. I was able to get 3 of them, but I sent 2 to my boy CG Horror because I know he wanted a lot of them too, and I was trying to pay my dude back for sending me such an incredible gift package. I wanted to try to do something for him, so but I did keep one. I got one for myself, but yeah, I sent 2 of them to him. So when I look at this list, there's a bunch of them that I think, like, again, they're all really good. These are all really good. I don't think there's a fucking bad one in the house, right? They all look amazing. But if I have to try to like separate them, first of all, I think Crankcase looks really good. I haven't got him out of the box yet, But I look at him when he's got the bandana thing on his face. That's pretty fire figure, right? So maybe that one is a little bit above. Um, Personally, I think the Saw Viper is exceptional. I'm just going to start down the list. I think the Saw Viper is exceptional. I like the way they got the backpack. I like all the body extras. I like that they beefed him up a little bit to even make him, you know, if you look at the original one, he 100% looks much more svelte. He looks more like a running and gunning type of figure, right? He doesn't look like a let's post up, let's let's let the body armor do its thing. He definitely looked like he was more running out of the way of bullets than just not being worried about it. But I love it. That's another good classification. I love what they did with it. I wouldn't want him to look like he does in the original card art. I think they fucking nailed it. So I love that figure. I got two of them, and I think I can't wait to stand them next to each other. Yeah, I need a week. I need a week so bad to just take all my shit out of the box and fucking see it. So the rest of that wave, leatherneck dial tone, heavy duty. I think dial tone is exceptional. I think he looks fantastic. There's so much good shit. No, he's a little bit over there, I think, but I think he's fantastic. They nailed the backpack, the colors, fucking perfect. Like I can't go wrong there. I have to mark him as exceptional. I don't know why heavy duty doesn't do it for me. I think leatherneck looks great, but he blends in a little bit with everybody else. Like there's nothing that pops out about him. I think it's a great figure, but it doesn't jump to me. And I don't know why. Dial tone is my favorite figure from the past. Good, very good. Do you what this week in Hearthstone? What do you think about it? Do you like the one that they did? Did it do the memory of dial tone justice in your mind? So now moving on to one that I have to also put again, just kind of going chronologically, is this. This is just phenomenal. I think it obviously it doesn't have a bunch of weapons because it comes with the fort mod, which I was maybe hoping to get that out of the box tonight. I don't think I'm going to do that. I want to put it next to the bar from Mos Mind, but I'm a little worried that you won't be able to get the full breath. I might maybe if I turn the phone sideways or something, I won't be able to see the comments for a minute. But listen, this is ridiculous. And I bought this unbelievable chain gun from Gridiron to go with it. It's the Cobra Blue. And now I had to take it out because I didn't want to leave it in. But just know that when I pose it like this, it does look perfect with where he's holding it and the gun comes right out the side. He can hold the handle in this part. And yes, I'm sorry. That's just perfection. That is fucking so crazy cool. This figure is great. The weapon system uh, is ass. Oh, Chris, the fact that it didn't come with weapons, or are you talking about that fort mod? Because that fort mod is I don't know. I see people that put three or four of them together and it doesn't look bad, but yeah, I don't know. And the fact that they only came with like nothing. They came with pistols and knives. Trench Viper wouldn't have that. Oh, heavy duty. Okay. Sorry, Chris. Yes. I don't know what it is about that, but I also think it's ass. It doesn't look right. It looks I don't have a word for it, but I don't like it either. Yes. I was trying to not really I was trying to keep it moving, but you know what? It is worth noting that I also have kind of a distaste for that heavy duty. I don't like it. The more I looked at it and I saw the figure where he was holding like just the rocket launchers, even when he had two, that looked a little better, but just there's something about it. It just looks so silly. But yeah, man. So this obviously I'm already partial to the Alley Viper. But I mean, come on, look at the camo pants, all of it. What I did think about too was I would really like a way to take his shield and get it mounted onto his back and have him with like a shotgun because shotguns are trench warfare, all that. So yeah, one came with the fort mod I had, and like I said, I traded Jeremy for one. These are gonna go with the one fort mod next to the bar from Mos Mind Creations, and that's gonna be like that entrance to the Cobra Claw facility. But I'm actually gonna do that afterwards. It's gonna be a retrospective look at it. It's gonna be like the Joes will be looking at it in memory, and it'll show the Joes as they're like approaching it and trying to sneak in, but they were too late because the spoiler alert, the claws launch. So I after the Trench Viper is the Cobra Claw pilot. I also feel like I don't have her Uzi, but this figure is exceptional. I don't give a fuck. That is fucking awesome. I love the colors. I love every choice. This little deal right here, whatever, this little canister with the little string. She's got a couple mags for her Uzi. You see the symbol, but see how it's like kind of covered up, but you see enough of it. It's perfect. It's just everything about it, like the choices, all the choices, the boots with the blue shins, the pistol, the strapping, and even that looks dope. Like I will, they will be wearing this. I don't. The helmet is going to stay on. So yeah, this is going to be amazeballs. The launching facility, but I love this figure. I think this figure looks phenomenal. It's very posable. I just, hell, the fine ladies of Cobra. You fucking know it, Cobra TV. There ain't a question about that. Yeah. So there's quite a few ladies that I think rock the fucking house. Obviously, being Destro, I also have always been searching for my own Baroness. You hate the red helmet? Well, I'll be honest. I would have liked the blue, 100%. I for sure would have preferred to have had it blue like the other parts of her outfit. But when I put it in the actual Cobra Claw, it looks better for whatever reason. When the claw, the white of the claws behind it, it blends in a little bit better. But yes, if I had a choice, I would have went with that. So I have to say that figure is exceptional, and that would be in the running for one of my favorites. Now, the whole next wave, which is the Blowtorch wave, Darklon, Footloose, Blowtorch, and Frag Viper, they're all amazing figures. The Frag Viper is crazy awesome. Like that backpack, the gun. I didn't bring one down here, and I don't know why, but now I have 5 of them. And when you see all of them together behind a wave of Frag Vipers, because the colors are so similar, I mean, look at how fucking ridiculously awesome this is. I mean, come on, look at that backpack. Look at that. Like, it's got the little, like, the perforations, the slits, goes right to that nice highlight. I mean, dude, come the fuck on. And then, first of all, that helmet is amazing. It's a perfect homage to the OG. But then you get this whole other world that comes. When you take that helmet off, you now have a augmented type of whatever it is. Now, one thing that I wanted to do, and I can't remember if I tried and it didn't work or what happened, but this, I want to put this head on a bat's body and be like and have it be like some kind of crazy, Dr. Mindvember is fucking up at it again. Did you see what he did? He fucking put a person's head on a bat body. So I'm stoked to try to get that, to try to make that happen, and see what that looks like. Honestly, in my head, I'm like starting to have these thoughts. I'm like, oh my God, did I do that and it didn't fit or something? I can't remember. But anyway, here he is. He's got his one Uzi drawn. He's got the Shockwave, mini little Uzis, or machine pistols, I should say. Amazing. I feel like this has to be mentioned too. Looks amazing when you take pictures of it. But Darklon, I'm not gonna show it over. But Darklon, fucking amazing. Footloose is a fantastic figure, but that's not as ultra creative. They just took a basic one and made it look really good. Breaker looks perfect. Breaker is he's got they made a perfect colors with the grunt loadout. It's kind of, I think the fact that everybody was having a hard time getting it and there was like a little bit of a frenzy there. I'm kind of like, fucking A, it made it more special to me. So there's a part of me that likes it a lot more just because. And when you see it, he's got, the wires, the backpack, and he's got that little that silence pistol. I don't know. I think Breaker is definitely pretty cool. The more I see him, the more you like him. Yeah. Same with me, Big Red. I wanted him because I love Breaker, but once I got him, it was one of those ones where I was like, "Oh shit, this is really incredible." And then his counterpart, where they kind of both got released by themselves, was the Crystal Ball. So Crystal Ball is really cool. I originally was passing on Crystal Ball because I was like, it's Crystal Ball. And then the more I started to see it, the more I was like, that's Crystal Ball. I gotta have that Crystal Ball. So Yeah, it's like you can say the same thing two different ways, and you like that. That it definitely connotes how I thought about the figure at first, where I was just kind of like, I don't really, I don't really need to have that. It doesn't really fit my military. I really like the military style. I mean, I accept it all because it all makes GI Joe. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I was like, that doesn't really fit. And then I started seeing it out of the box. People started getting it. And I was like, all right, I have to find this. And thankfully, our boy Dan Salsato sent me two of them, one of which I sent to our boy NOD, and then I got one at Walmart by my house. I was like, you know what? I'll pick up the second one. So I think that one's awesome too. Slice and Dice, which I thought maybe was right here. Again, just incredible. Like incredible. Like you'd figure that somebody would have mentioned those two. Now I haven't even taken that out of the box, but I have looked at it a couple times and I'm like, oh yeah, these are going to be great. I have a decent ninja action going on because knowing that Slice and Dice was coming, I don't know why I waited so long to pick these up. It's an incredible looking figure. I like the extra heads, the knives, the swords, that nice big crossbow. It's a really cool fucking figure. So I'm glad that I got these. They're gonna be like, slice and dice like minions. Oh, I didn't even tell anybody this, I don't think. I bought a red ninja because I was like, well, I need one, and I do want it. Like, I'm not a completionist, but I was like, I wouldn't mind having like the first 10 or 12 or slowly fill in after that. So I got here, and his foot is broken. Now, the problem is that it's my fault, sort of. The dude buried the very last thing he says in the description. It goes on about how it's so complete, only opened it once, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, it says, foot is broken, can be fixed. It cannot be fixed. I might be able to glue it on just to have it stand there, which would be okay. And again, it's my fucking fault because I didn't read the thing. But who the fuck really reads it? Like you see it sitting there, the foot's in the right place. There's no make sure you read. So as much as I should just take the link. I should just take the link. I shouldn't even say anything. It was there in the description. I missed it. It's my fault. But yeah, he's actually a really cool figure. And I like the whole chest rig that he's got there. That's kind of what drew me in, is that when I was looking at that, I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't mind maybe even getting that off him and putting it on somebody else. Because that looks almost more like a bomb. Like, how bomb guys always have that red needs to be in the title. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. I kind of feel like that's something. I feel like putting it at the very last thing in the description, he is doing the absolute bare minimum to say he put it there, and not get in trouble, but at the same time totally trying to sneak it by somebody, and he got me. I should have known. I should have read it, because I think it was like $18 shipped or something like that, or it was 20. And when I liked it, he sent me an offer for 18 plus free shipping, and I just said, oh my god, yeah, I want it, and so I got it. But I mean, the thing is that I at least now have it, right? So I can it's completed. Maybe somewhere. Like again, I don't want to try to buy them all. At least like now, I'm not worried about that. Like, but at some point, like I wanted to have the first wave, the first 5. I was like, oh, that's kind of memorable. You want to have the first 5, even though like the Duke and the Scarlet are fine figures, but they're not my Duke and Scarlet. The retro ones are the ones that I think about. So, but anyway, I was like, oh, I'll just get these first ones. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll get this one. I got Area Beachhead, and I have the 10, so I'll get Gung Ho, and I wanted it anyway. And then I picked up the Roadblock, and blah, 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 blah. And so then the Red Ninja was the only one out of the first like 12, with the exception of Supreme Cobra Commander is like 9. I don't have that one. But anyway, I bought that one. It was good. So Slice Dice, where did I go? Where did I leave? Okay, so Slice and Dice, they look amazing. Snake Eyes and a Polar Bear, another amazing set. If you have it, how fucking heavy is that polar bear? That is a chunky piece of plastic that is like solid as a motherfucker. Really, really awesome. Totally love it. The Snake Eyes looks perfect. It is a lot of the the original, like the retro Snake Eyes. It's him in purple, but it looks so good. It really looks so good. Like I posed it a few times real quick. I didn't have anything set up, so I didn't take pictures, but I loved it. Like I had him laying down with the pistol pointed at the bear. The bear was like this, fucking awesome. So I guess, you know, when you're thinking about figure of the year, I can see how nobody would mention it because it's a set. You wouldn't just say the bear. The Snake Eyes is dope, but it's, you know, it's nothing so outrageous that, you know, whatever. But I think it's worth mentioning. I think it was awesome. Uh Again, the snake armor, I guess I could see why people wouldn't mention that because if we're talking about figures, that's more of a vehicle. So I guess people wouldn't, you know, maybe that does include, but dude, you have to like think of that. Those are awesome. And if you can get your hands on more than one, I strongly suggest doing it because they look incredible. I've only really done the one shot with the five. That was a promo shot. So, but after the Cobra Claw launching facility, I'm going to be upping my game and doing a armory down the road, which will also involve all of the best products from SIS 3D Arsenal. But that one I'm pushing down the road because I'm actually going to wind up repurposing some of the walls from the launching facility. I'm going to reconfigure them and change some stuff around, but those are going to be permanent sets that I'll be able to kind of put in different ways. Peekaboo 30-06. Nice auto clap. I love it. 30-06 big bullet. Yeah, a friend of mine used to have a 300 Savage he hunted with, and then he wound up getting like one of my favorites is a subcompact AR style chambered in 300 blackout. Those are pretty tits. That's some heavy duty that you can't go wrong with. That could be like my favorite. So bringing this down, we go past the snake armor, which again I think is worth mentioning. I did not get Cold Slither. I had to make that decision in terms of I thought the price was right. Right, I'm not going to lie about that. The price was right, but space is already an issue. Like I will show everybody when it's not an absolute disaster. Anchor Viper got a look the other day, and I instantly regretted it because it was so messy. But it I can't have that set up, right? I don't have room to have that set up. I'd rather have like make sure that my Vamp, my Art Striker, and all my Mos Mind stuff is all lined up together, right? I wanna have that room. The Snake Heart is vulnerable to 45 ACP. What? Who said that? Oh, right, in the cartoon. So yeah, you know, I have the snake armors to put up. I have all this stuff to put up, and I had to make a decision where I just said, like, as cool as it is, it doesn't fit with everything I'm doing. So the set is awesome though. It's got the on the top of the box. It looks like a rooftop. The whole thing looks like a building. I love that they did it. I'm happy that they did it. I'm happy that it exists. I'm happy that you all have it. I can't do it. Right after Cold Slither comes now. Everybody knows that I'm a beachhead hunk, right? Just an absolute beachhead person, and I recognize that I'm biased, but oh this is so fucking good. Like, I don't know. I'm going to talk about it for a minute because I didn't do a review on it, but there's so many things I like. So number one, I like that they gave him this big sniper rifle. Now I say that you would think in my head canon, everything that I've been doing with Strike Team Fangbuster, Beachhead is now a door kicker with Shockwave. They're taking it to Cobra on the Cobra outposts and the places where they're hiding. They're trying to kick over the rocks by kicking in the doors of these people that are Cobra operatives that are hiding in plain sight here in America. And so in the current one that I'm doing, where Beachhead and Quick Kick take the Vipers sniper post where they're looking at the paint factory where they escort Breaker and Dial Tone into. He is watching the action unfold and calling the shots from the sniper perch. So I feel like there's a world where that makes a lot of sense. Why he's mostly going to be, you know, entering shoulder to shoulder with Shockwave. I like that I have this option. Obviously, I could have bought them or whatever, but I don't know. I just love it. I think somebody they mentioned it that they said this is the best sniper rifle that they've done so far. Totally agree. It's tits. So let's talk about colors. So now, first of all, I think if I would change anything, maybe that this sweater is all black, or maybe all black with very light green stripes where it's barely even noticeable. Now, I love the black balaclava neck, the black gloves. I even love that the colors are just kind of almost all over the place in the sense that you got the digital camo here, right? Which is different colors of gray, right? It's not that's not even really like it looks like there is a black mixed in, but it's predominantly like a different colors of gray. You've got this color green, which are not the same. It's a little crazy, but for some reason, it all gets tied together by having another color, right? So when you look at the bag, which I think that's what I always think they said that was like an ammo, whatever that is, the bag, the belt, the sheath, the gun, the boots are brown, like a true leather brown. And for some reason, that takes all the craziness, right? Takes the two different color greens here, this weird ass pattern, these fucking weird like colors that almost seemingly don't match. And then you take a brown, slap that bitch on there, and I'm like, that's it. Ding, totally fits. So I I don't. I think I would be just swimming in my bias if I said that this was my favorite figure. Right now, once I maybe put one of those new Strike Team Fangbuster rifles from Gridiron in his hand. So let me take this out real quick. So the one thing I have been doing is with this bag. So I've been able to stick. I've been leaving his backpack off, right, and I've been sticking the sniper rifle through the back of this, and it stays. So how awesome is that, right? So first of all, props to the people at G.I. Joe for doing that, even though I'm sure they didn't do it on purpose. So this is like the latest $5 weapon from Gridiron. Amazing. And the reason I love it so much is because it's got this short stock. And that's been really good because I've been able to get so much better posing with looking down the barrel or looking like you're coming in ready. So because of that short barrel, see how I'm able to really get it like up like that and up against the shoulder without it being like an insane way to go. Now I'm just gonna set this. I'm sorry, I know I'm like mostly out of frame here. I just want to get his hand on the other fucking side real quick so I can show you what it looks like there. So see, it's got to go up a little more. I'm gonna break this shit one day, and I'm gonna be so mad on something. But yeah, see how I can get that now? Yeah, I don't know how realistic it looks because he's gonna his wrist is kind of bent. You would probably snap your shit if you were fucking firing a large enough caliber with a thing. But this is Beachhead and it's a toy, so it just gives us the look, right? And I don't know, man. What I've also been doing with this figure is this another Gridiron upgrade. Now I know most of you have probably seen it, so I apologize. But when I snap this shit on here now, boom, fuck, god damn it, Kobe. And now look at what we got. We have an elite alpha commando in the motherfucking house. So I don't know, man. If I had to pick, I might say Beachhead, but I know I'd be literally just like draped in my bias for sure. But yo, Jay Antonio, my dude, what's up? I'm glad you could make it, brother. We're in here. We're just talking about good. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you're here. So what we're talking about right now is last week, everybody started popping off with their like top 3 figures of the year, right? And the one thing that I'm talking about, right, let's start off the conversation that I said was an absolute travesty was that not one person mentioned, not just as their favorite figure, but mentioned it in their top 3 at all. Nobody mentioned this shit. Can you believe that? So, Jay Antonio, tell me, where do you stand on Blowtorch? So, I know you gave me your 3, and I know Quick Kick was one. I personally can't remember the other 2, but I know it wasn't this dude. So, now that I've reminded you he existed, where is he on your list? Does he break it? Tell me what your top 3 was, please, and tell me if now all of a sudden you're going to slide Blowtorch in there because I also forgot. I didn't say it. I was laying in bed 2 nights later and I went, nobody said fucking Blowtorch. Not one motherfucker said Blowtorch. So that got us on the topic of, here I was talking about who I thought were the exceptional ones. Giant size, Paul, snow leopard. Yeah. So you popped in right as I was talking about Beachhead. He's probably my favorite because Beachhead is my favorite. So it's a little biased there. My picks for the Trench Viper, the Claw Pilot, Dial Tone. I also thought Darkline was exceptional. Obviously, Blowtorch, the Snake Armor, maybe not a fig, doesn't fit, whatever. So it doesn't end with Night Force Beachhead though. The other one that I think is actually very good, and I don't have it. I think it's over there. Damn it, is Major Blood. So I don't know how Major Blood also didn't get hit in that list. I think maybe you know what? I'm sorry. Somebody, I can't remember who it was. One person definitely had Major Blood slipped in there, but that's it. That was it. Like the Blowtorch and the Major Blood, I'm surprised weren't on everybody's list. Not my top three, but is a solid fig. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yes, Chris, that was you, right? So yeah, that I feel like they had to get their due. Yeah, so that's right, Chris. So that Major Blood is awesome. And when I talk about how I got something coming for that, so also from Sis 3D Arsenal, I have it is the fire team's mission crate. So the whole 788 fire team, they each have their own case, right? That have the custom thing. Here, I'll show you. Let's see which one do I got right here. Hold on, let me put the stuff back in there because I dropped it walking over here. So the fire team has their own set for where you can put everything. And what I love is it like little details like this that Chris does. Let me see if I can put it in a light so you can see it. He's got a 788 right there, right? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't. Let me make sure I'm pointing. Oh, chaos. Oh, I knocked it over and I dropped my glasses. Of course I did. Well, you all got the look because now I'm going to be missing something. I don't know where the rifle went. I don't know where the helmet went. Oh my God, chaos. Oh, that's in my hand. And there's the rifle. All right, so I'm only missing the pistol, so you all get the idea. Let me try this again. My God, that was truly a disaster. Just remind me, I got to look for that pistol before I close up shop for the night. All right, so let me make sure I'm pointing it to right. Yeah, so right there. You snuck a 788 in there. Fucking turbo. Country gentleman in the house. Welcome in, brother. I'm glad you could make it for sure. I got my everybody's here. This is awesome. Top three changes from week to week. Jay Antonio, I'm with you on that. I have to agree that oft sometimes I can be looking at one thing, but the answer is whenever anybody asks me, they're like, "Oh, which one out of this group?" Even if it's not a choice, I always go number 30, Snake Eyes Alpha Commando. that's like the best one. So yeah, Sis 3D Arsenal has the whole set. Everybody's got one now. The infantry has got the double decker because they got mad shit. So the missiles or the rockets, and that fits perfectly. Bang, fucking A. I absolutely love it. And the range viper, because the range viper's got all kinds of shit. He's got his whole setup. Again, nice double decker. Really, really awesome. You can't beat it with a stick. That backpack, it's got the perfect set for it. And so what I did for the Techno Viper, Chris has this in his colors, and boop, all the Techno Viper stuff for the HMS goes right in there, and that completes the whole set. So I will eventually be doing a HISS 788 outpost where I'll have all the missile systems and everything will be there, and Destro will come through and talk about how potentially they might be getting a snake armor because I am considering taking one of my snake armors and making it a 788 HISS snake armor. I don't know. I'm not good enough to maybe do that, but I'm pretty sure I'm very interested to try. Again, so Jay Antonio and Country Gentleman, thank you for coming through. We are knocking out this list. So that puts us back to jumped right to Major Blood. Again, it was only mentioned by my brother Chris from Sis 3D Arsenal. I thought maybe he deserved a bit more love too. And that one that I have opened is over there, and I think it'll just take me too long to go over and get it. But that figure is amazing. They added just enough red. They changed just enough to make it like, yes, I absolutely have to have this. And now, ever since I heard it, wasn't my idea. Unfortunately, I don't know who had said it. It was on a podcast. Somebody said he looks like he could lead the 788, and my head went beep, boop, 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 and now all of a sudden I can't go wrong. Alpha Commando Snake Eyes has the best body for team building. I had it as my MCU Punisher body. Ooh, nice. Yeah, dude, I love that. That fucking chest thing. He's got like that war sweater. Everything about it. That head is perfect too. I know my boy Matt from Mos Mind. He took that head off the Alpha Commando head and put it on one of the Monster Force bodies, and it looks like Alpha Commando Snake Eyes to the max. It's really, really turbo. It's a really, really good idea. So in the same wave as that Major Blood, I don't think anybody said Monkey Wrench. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but now one of y'all said Monkey Wrench either, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe one of you did, and I missed it. Holy shit! So again, it's hard to pull a 3 is not a lot, but I mean, like, Monkey Wrench is everything good about Classified. So like you've heard me say it before. I really don't like the like sleeveless, naked bodies where we're like at war doing all this shit, and it's like I'm not a huge fan of that. So it's kind of like, you know, Monkey Wrench somehow blasts through that, and I love it. When I look at that figure, I'm like, dude, this figure is fucking awesome. Like, holy shit. Even with his pitchfork gun, they did that right. They added just that. So I'm looking over. So the open one, I think, is over there. I'm not sure where it is. So I'm just going to show you the one I have in the box. So, I mean, what in the hell? Like, look at how cool that is. All those little touches, like the chromed out buckle and the wallet chain. And the coolest thing is the grenade sash is a fucking belt buckle, or a seat belt buckle. That's a seatbelt fucking knuckle, and the whole strap is like from a car, and that is crazy awesome. So, and that's just like one of the, yes, tactical sport projector in the house. Monkey Wrench is in my top 5. Gotta be, right? Gotta be. I mean, I felt like he was going to be in more top 3s though, right? Like if if I had to pick, now I know Beachhead is not as awesome as he is. I've got the blinders on. I can't, you know what I mean? Right. Pop Cult Frenzy, he's total dreadnought, 100%. But like Major Blood, Blowtorch, and Monkey Wrench, it's hard to say that they're not like the best looking ones. Like they're just off the charts, creative looking. They fucking nailed it. Like, I don't know. Now, a lot of people, I'm sorry, in these lists last week, not a lot of people said Budo, but Budo, people are just getting them. People are just getting Budo in their hands. So I don't know. I don't know if that's playing a factor or not, because I haven't opened mine yet, and he looks incredible. Right? I mean, what the big hubbub is all the equipment he comes with, which is something to talk about. But his tactical samurai look, dude. Oh, like I almost want to pop this bitch open real quick and just take this fucker. I want to take the fig out. Yep. All right. So had to do it. Well, had to do it. I picked this thing up too many times and didn't open it. So here we go. We're just looking at that figure now. So fuck yeah. Yep. Now, you know how, and I'm sure everybody goes through this, where you see it on the internet and you are stoked to get it, right? And then you get it and you're like, dude, this is even better than I thought. Like, how the hell did it get better? Listen, brother, I do need to free these Joes, man. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Yeah, once I finish the 3 big projects I'm doing in this house, I am going to have so much fucking time down here. Yeah. But like, so like these are very, very, meaning like you can move them around. They want to stay down, which I love. These pants are quite tactical, but yet somehow still has like a traditional look or feel to like the strapping on the boots and the shin guard, right? The color, it seems like the olive is very very, Joe Green, but also somehow still like traditional. And then, the wrist guards, the sleeves, the arms. I mean, God, he's like ready for war. Like, let's see what this dude looks like with a dope fucking gun in his hand. Let me get him here. Let's try the same one that Beachhead just had, and then maybe I'll get him one that's got more of a shoulder. So I wonder how that's going to work, with the shoulder pads and how that works. So let's see what goes on here. Homeboy doesn't really have a trigger finger, like some of these motherfuckers do. Some of these figures, when you look at the right hand, the left hand, you're immediately like, hey, yo, that's where the gun is supposed to go, because that trigger finger is already sticking out. Now, there we go. Now we got that bitch in there. Let's see. We got to lift that shoulder part up, and then we got to get it on back. All right. So, I think he's built most likely more for swordsman poses, but let's see. Now, admittedly, this gun is not the level best to try to get a fig to hold on to for the first time, because that thumb is all jacked up on the other side. But yeah, man, Kyle Budo what is his name? Kyle Budo Gesso. All right, let me see if I can get. You know what? Let me use his own gun. Fuck it. Oh, the bipod is on here. I thought I heard somebody say that they took the bipod off of that. Oh, good. I like having it out front like that. I think it looks pretty cool. All right, let me try this. Let me see how it looks, the gun they came with. Now, I personally think it's about time that they retire this motherfucker. While not a bad weapon, it's just like, come on, or get somebody else to make you some shit if that's the case. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, now we're talking. All right, so that does look pretty good. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Man, he does have swords galore. So there's 4 heads. So there's this head. Wow, he's got. Yeah, now I know why motherfuckers are going crazy over this. This is fire. This is crazy. So look at all those extra heads. Absolutely crazy. And it's got a whole other set of fucking body armor that is definitely a little more samurai, in that there's not as much tactical stuff on the front there, but it's more encompassing. This is more of like a light armor where you're a little more moving on your feet. But the gun fits well in his hand. It doesn't go up quite as far as I would like it. I can't really get his shoulder to go back. He's also brand new out the box. But if you see what I'm doing there, how I'm bending that arm and trying to bring it back, now his hand's coming out of position. So it's good. It's definitely good. So that's the angle right there, right? You want to make it look like he's looking down the barrel. And it doesn't have to actually be. You just got to get it in a point to where it looks like. You know what I'm saying? I'm late, but I'm here. What's up, Mo? I knew you all would still be going. Damn straight. Damn straight. Yeah, I want to try to do it. If I'm going to go, like you figure, 3 hours is going to be 11 o'clock. I'm going to try to have it wrapped up by then. I'm not on track for that though, as we speak. So this is fucking dope. I have to get this dude out of the box. I got to be honest with you. I want to put him next to this dude with guns in their hands, and then I think they're gonna wind up being like their own little strike force of some kind. Like everybody's heard my stories, how I talk about, I want, this dude is now a psycho killer. He's been pushed over the edge mentally, and he's lost his shit. He truly looks like what that represents. So yeah, I think we could have good cop, bad cop kind of thing, where 2 dudes who are, stuck with the values of the traditional samurai style life, but yet are now, tasked with having weapons in their, rifles and stuff like that. So, yep, Yin Stevie, what's up, brother? Yin and Yang, thank you so much. So I think that's what's going to happen now that I have Kyle Budo Gesso out of the box. I do believe that that's where he is going to wind up. Now, as much as I hate to do this, I got to put him back in, because I'm not ready to take the whole thing out and make it. Yeah, man, look at this shit. Look at this shit he comes with. Fuck. Hold on. He's not going back there. Hold on. I got to do one more thing. So he's got 2 of these. Oh, I got to pop the head off to put that on, though, right? All right. That came off nice and easy.
Some of the ones you got to really fucking fight with, and it's a fucking nightmare. Putting them back on though is always the thing. You got to get that ball. Oh, wow, that was nice. That went on nice. So boom, now he looks even better, right? Fuck. All right. I'm sorry, brother. You got to go back to the box for now. And yes, I know it is criminal. My boy Jeremy tells Jay Antonio tell me I got to free him, and you're right. My dude Jeremy be telling me all the time too. He's like, you gotta free him from plastic prison. So let me slide that right in there. He's gonna go like that. So yeah, love the whole samurai motif. Hasbro took 88 version and cranked the character up to 1,000. Nailed it, Big Red. You can kind of do a synapse on a figure so well. Like I'd have to write 5 paragraphs to try to say what you just said in the perfect way. Yeah, that was good. I agree. So thanks for joining me on that. Oh shit. There we go. All right. So he's gonna have to come out soon too. That's a dope ass figure. Now already I'm over there and I can hear Slice and Dice calling my name, but I'm not gonna open that. I considered opening the vamp. I considered opening a bunch of things, but look, we're already 2 hours, 20 minutes. So yeah, Stevie and Jay Antonio, I was showing off your shirts earlier. Just so you know, I did let everybody know. Gave you all that love. Make sure you're supporting our dudes if you can. So is there anything else I really want to open? Oh, okay. So this is what I wanted to open right here. I wanted to open these divers because I want to take the mass device element out, and that has a place, its rightful place that it is going to go into. So while I have this open, I am just going to look real quick. Yeah, it's still pretty dope. So I like that. That's a good weapon. I like that gun. The masks are cool. I like that they have. Now I can't tell. Is that the same as like the eels and shit? I'm not sure. But anyway, everybody knows where this is going. And in my Sis 3D Arsenal case, I haven't had one in there yet, so we're gonna pop that son of a bitch in there for the first time. So these are the same backpacks. They're just different paint jobs. Ooh, look at that rifle. Whose rifle is that? That's got dual sights. What? And he gets a big shotty. What the fuck? So the Cobra guy has actually it's a good it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting that the Cobra guy has so much better loadout. So does anybody know whose rifle that is? That's not new for the set, right? I know one of y'all in here knows whose that is. Yeah, man, that is fucking fire. Holy shit. I just want to take that out. I gotta get a better look at that. I'm sorry, y'all. I was only trying to get that master device out. But I didn't see this like in the package. I fucked it enough to see what was in here. But dude, yeah, man. Is that like Duke's? Oh, that might be like Duke's Energon weapon or something. It also looks Ben as fuck. It is. That is Ben as fuck. I think, right? Yeah, that don't look right. Something about that. If you look, it's definitely Ben. It's still a dope gun. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I wonder if I can warm that up and bend that back. So, got the mass device element out. It can go back into its rightful place. I'm just gonna slide this back in here so I don't have to fuck with that. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna try to get to the shit I gotta get to. I'm not gonna hold everybody hostage. I feel like, like last week when I did 4 hours, y'all were so great. But I felt a little bad the next day. Obviously it was good because everybody stayed, but yeah. So that kind of I wrapped up for the figure of the year. If you put my feet to the fire to pick 3, it would be so hard, but I would probably have to go, okay. So I would go Blowtorch number 3, Major Blood number 2, Night Fort Beachhead number 1. But I know that I am Jeremy. What's up, brother? I know that I am glad you could make it. I know that I am my bias there. Oh, perfect. Jeremy, let me ask you something, brother. Hate to hit you with something as soon as you get here. Do you have like a top 3 or a top 5, however you want, of figures of the year? I don't know if you named them last week. We're back into that again. And just a quick recap. I started by saying it because nobody last week mentioned him at all. So everybody was kind of naming off 3, and everybody was like named a bunch of good figures. They were all great choices, but nobody mentioned him. So I was like, I've got to address that and figure out what's what. So I'm here trying to pick my 3. And if I had to pick 3, like I said, I would go with Blowtorch number 3, Major Blood number 2, Night Force Beachhead number 1. But I understand that Monkey Wrench is probably like, if you took what it is out of it, and like somebody that just liked action figures, wasn't necessarily like a G.I. Joe fan, if they looked at Night Force Beachhead and they looked at like Monkey Wrench, they would say the Monkey Wrench is probably like a better looking figure because of the detail and how fucking cool it just looks. But to me, because I'm such a huge Beachhead fan, I can't not have him as my favorite because I do think it looks good. When they first revealed it last year at NYCC, I was kind of like, the shirt threw me off a little. I was kind of like, oh, I can dig the camo, right? The digital camo on the bottom, and they got the OG vest. But one thing that I didn't see was that brown that was on there. I did not see that in those pictures. Like in my mind, I didn't pick up on it. Most likely because I didn't have my glasses on. But when I, you know what, I'm even going to do that real quick. So when I put my glasses on, it's a whole new. Everybody who has glasses knows how it is. I've recently just like in the past like 6 months, it's small stuff. So when I put my glasses on and I look at this, I'm obsessed with it and completely in love. But really, Blowtorch needed to get more love, so I had to get into that. And now we kind of moved on a little bit. Is there anything else I want? You know what? I'm gonna fuck with this real quick because I have been looking at these for a hot minute, and I really wanted to see what was going on because I think that this is a really cool one. Of the year: Retro Rock and Roll, Retro Viper, and Mercer, not including repaints, redos. Would say Mercer, Monkey Wrench, and Budo with Snake Eyes. Oh, okay. It's honorable mention. Fucking love it. Perfect. Thank you, Jeremy. I'm sorry to hit you with that as soon as you came. I was just very interested to say. Nice. I mean, hey, I'm obviously just a honk for Blowtorch. So, fuck yeah, this does look pretty dope. This is one of those figures that I was kind of like, maybe I won't get that one. So you try to draw lines somewhere where you're like, you know, I won't get that. It's $35. I don't have to spend that to get it. But I'm so glad that I did. So what happened was I went into Walmart. It was either Walmart or Target, and they had one in there. And I was like, you know what? I really want to buy a Joe, and I really want to get like an in-person, grab one in person. And there it was. So I said, fuck it. I bit the bullet and bought it. And then, of course, I get it home and I realized, well, I mean, you can't just have one. You got to have a couple of them. So next time I went, I grabbed 2, and now I have 3. So wow, it's a really heavy, solid figure. Who's got this? Who's got the firefighter? Y'all got that firefighter? All right. So I'm not gonna lie. One of the things I really wanted to see the most was the jaws of it. I really want to get this out of the pencil and see what this looks like. Oh, and it does move. Oh, fuck yeah. Because in case you don't know, the jaws of life aren't even necessarily as much for squeezing in as they are for opening out. So this is pretty turbo. Oh, look, it's got a nice little hose, good handling. This should fucking sit well. So they've got an incredible mask a la Blowtorch. They have 2 small axes, 1 big axe. So this is really cool. This week in Hearthstone, fun fact, I have the firefighter on my work desk because I'm always putting out fires on the job. I love it. I love it. Drawer reuse of dreadnought grippers. Oh, they are? Well, you know, Jeremy, I don't know that because all of my dreadnoughts are still in boxes. Like I think I said it last week. I have like 275, 280 figures, and 200 of them are still in boxes. Travesty. Once I finish the remodeling in the house, I'm building the L section here. Joe's on one side, Cobra's on the other, and then I will be unboxing. I'm probably going to do an event. Set your knocks free. I know, brother. I know. So I'm thinking about CDZ and I both have ideas about doing a some kind of a dreadnought, house or something like that. And that's I really want to do that to get them free. But they're all awesome figures and they do need to get set free. I'm sorry. Xandar is out. I took him out because somebody was like, sell me on this figure. So I took him out of the box to sell him. And I did take one of my monkey wrenches out. The one I was just showing was in the box. But yeah, you know what? Now that you say it, you're right. That is totally a fucking monkey wrench deal. But this is a very solid figure. I think the colors are perfect with the safety neon. Also, if you've ever seen one of these fire retardant head socks, that's the color is very on point. This is a very, very cool thing too because it's got multiple different these heads are for jamming them into the locks and the sides and prying open and everything. So I think they did that thing justice as well. Hell yeah. Let me get a hat out. So very cool. All right. It looks like I'd have to fucking do the whole thing, but that really looks great. What I really want to do is I want to get the mask on. But then I think I got to put the whole other thing on. So, all right, I'll do that later. I'm sorry, guys. I've been there's a handful of them that every time I come in here, I just keep looking at, and then I like the trench viper. I hadn't gotten around to taking that out. I kept looking at it through the box. And then finally the other day, I was just like, you know what? Enough is enough. And I got the fucking thing and I just ripped it open and I looked at it. And then like the next day, Jeremy, the one that you sent me came. I did go through all that stuff earlier. I let everybody know that we hooked a brother up and how much I enjoyed all of it. And how thoughtful most of it was, especially like the guy whose name is Atlas. Not only is he awesome, it was all very thoughtful. So hell yeah. So yeah, all right. Firefighter is really, really dope. I'm glad I opened that up real quick just so I could get a feel. The figure is heavy, right? Does anybody else feel that way? Does anybody else have one of these? They open it up and they're like, wow, this figure feels nice and heavy. Oh shit, his fire blanket fell out, or his warming blanket. Hold on, I gotta slide that back in there. Because I will lose that shit. I ripped it. Oh well. You all keep your boxes? What's the deal with that? This week in Hearthstone, yeah, it is hefty. It is. Y'all keep them boxes? I know our boy Conrad just purged himself of some boxes. He made a post the other day. Yeah, I unfortunately cannot get rid of my boxes. What I want to do is I wanted to do a shelf that is about this long, right, off the wall. Like here's the wall, shelf come out about this long, and have it run on the ceiling all the way around towards the top. And what it would be is I would put in order, numbered order, all of the boxes because some of these I'm not going to open, right? Like I have, like I don't know, I have doubles of a couple things, and some of them are just so I can, I can have it in a box. Why I don't know. Like ones that I really really like love. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep that. Same thing with the retros. Like all of the ones that I love. Those are going to stay. I bought two, and one goes in like the viper, the eel, the snow serpent. I got the Hiss Cobra Commander. The Televiper. So all those like iconic troop building ones that were like everybody loved. They were the mainstay of Cobra troops. Regular Cobra Trooper is in there also. So I think that's great. Yeah, so I'm gonna take out real quick. Boom, boom, boom. So here is the hard water element for the mass device, right? And boom. This has not been in here yet, so we're gonna take this off. And there it goes. In its rightful place. Now we're fucking talking. Actually, I'll have to see what the actual arrangement is on the whatchamacallit. But yeah, so this is the mass device mission crate from Sys 3D Arsenal. Fucking awesome. I love how so when you first look at it, I thought it was the other way around. You'd think the bigger piece would be on the bottom. Well, no, because then you would take the lid off and you can't see them. So this way, he designed it fucking beautifully. So now it can be carried, because all his mission crates have the very nice handle that runs flush when you need it to. I hope you enjoy your Vipers. I gave you one officer armband to be your leader. Yes, I saw that. I was fucking, dude, that was really sweet. Dude, there was so much in there that was incredibly thoughtful. And I thank you for it, Jeremy. Same thing, and you had sent me, there was something else too. I think when I won that, whatchamacallit, the Python Patrol, I think you sent me extra stuff with that too. It's all very useful, but I fucking love it, brother. Thank you so much. So yeah, yeah, I'm happy that I finally got the divers. I've been saying it for a while that I desperately just wanted to have this fucking thing show up so I could put it in here. Because look, every week I was showing the mission crate off, and I was just missing this element. But there it is. Look at how awesome that is, and that beautiful Cobra blue. Those very, very detailed prints. Looks fucking amazing. That's a neat little crate for the Mass Summits. Yeah, Jeremy. I think it's fantastic. So this one, this is specifically obviously for the elements that come with the G.I. Joe classifieds. But what Chris also made and sent me last week was, I think this was the first thing I opened. So if you want to talk about mass device chemicals and emission crates, well, guess what I have? This motherfucker. So this thing right here is a perfect. So this is big, right? You almost need two figs to carry this. But this can go in one person's hand. Now, everybody knows and has seen this bad boy, right? Boom. How awesome is that? He's got this color is like perfect for Dr. Mindbender to have in his hand. There's a helix style spiral that goes up the middle that looks like there's like, some of that DNA in there. It's got like what looks like you can enter a code, something that looks like a little vent. Just absolutely amazing, beautiful detail. But now you have this. So what this is, and I love how we did this because you can only fit so much on there. I just love how that looks. When you take this off, what you have in here are these. And so you have little detail part down there, little detail part up here. And what these are the mass device elements in a smaller container. So there's three different ones. So you have two containers of each color. There is what is that? The land. Here's the hard water. Again, they all have the spiral, the helix in there. So fucking cool. Like I almost have goosebumps. I love this shit so much. So, and then we have, of course, the red element. So this is really, really mass element salesman sample kit. Yes, right? That's perfect. He rolls up to your house, knock, knock, fucking mass device calling, and you let him in and he pulls out his stuff. So what you have here is a crate that is holding nice, perfect working samples of mass device elements. Now, as cool as this is, how these containers get to a crate, right? You've got this container. So this is what you're going to see in the launching facility. You're going to see this container here. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. An idea up. Elements. Looks like Stevie's got an idea. It does kind of sit, I think. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Doesn't it do that though? Like that? Is that what you're talking about, Stevie? Something like that? Boom, boom. I love it. So what we got here is, so these small containers, you got to get them there. You got to get this stuff and bring it where you're getting it. So what you need are these bad boys. These are so fucking cool. So if you look, this print has come out in a way. I don't know what you know about brushed nickel or brushed chrome, but it has this very exact look. And so what this metal container looks like is a brushed chrome, totally awesome container. And if you look on the one side, there's a whole bunch of, right? That's where there's a whole bunch of details right here that are super, super cool. It adds to the element. I could probably I have these paint markers. I'm thinking about boop, boop, boop. A couple of these just barely touch to put a little color there. I think this is incredible. Now, thought it couldn't get any cooler. The lid comes off. And one of these is in here. So you have your operative, whoever is going to take this container in to steal this ship from somewhere, put this motherfucker in there for transport because you don't want to wind up like Snake Eyes. And then you put that shit back on. Do I keep putting this on upside down? I think I do. Every time I did this last week. There we go. Jeez, I'm such a bozo. But there it is. And now you can see which mass element it is, through the view screen. This one, same thing. Now this is a unique color, and I love that I just now have this. I have this other one that is super cool. Oh, all right. I dropped this one the other day, and I think that's why it's stuck a little bit. But yeah. Oh wait, maybe this one doesn't come out. Does this one not come out? I always run into some kind of something here because I'm such a bozo in my big fingers. Oh, there it comes. There it goes. So now, boom, there it is. I got this nice, unique color. Also has the helix in there. Fucking money. Absolute money. So this was the first thing I had opened last week. Was this, and then a couple of the other ones I'm going to show you real quick, and then I opened these. So I was like head over heels in love with them. Mass device elements, containers, and shipping movements. You've got to go. Now remember, everything that I show you from my brother Chris, you can find at sys3darsenal.com. That is SYS3darsenal.com. He's got the website set up. Same thing, all the same good stuff from Etsy, but he's now on the website. So make sure you go check that out. Boom. Mass devices ready. Chemical transports. You've got this, which is awesome. Now, I'm pretty sure, Chris, you can take this container and you can put all the different color ones in here, correct? So if somebody could order this with, like, say, one of the mass device colors or something like that, because that'd be dope. And now we just have so many options for mass device element transportation that I can set a scene that's just amazing. Now, some of the other new stuff that I got last week was boom, boom, boom. So we've got the mission style crates that have the Sys3D Arsenal logo, and I love it. So now I can do some kind of a thing, and I'm going to spoiler on it. I'm going to do this in the launching facility that Destro is delivering equipment for the elements and is telling the Vipers and everybody there that, oh, I'm using a new distributor that makes the best blah, blah, blah. And here we go. And we're just going to have like Destro is going to walk in with one of these or I haven't decided yet, one of these. Now, this is fucking awesome. So here we have it's that, if everybody remembers the Destro logo, where it was the head, the big dagger in the back, and it said Destro. Now, number one, I love that logo for the reason of it reminds me of the Gonzo logo. So you all know I love Hunter S. Thompson, and his Gonzo logo was a two-thumbed fist with the dagger in the back. So that dagger is very reminiscent of that logo, but it's Destro too. It's two worlds colliding in the most glorious of ways. It's like the Big Bang happening in it. It's right there between these two things that are in my life. So here we got silver one. It's everything you expect from this size mission crate. Totally awesome. I love the little bits on the side. I love that he didn't try to squeeze the knife in or squeeze the lettering in. I think this just looks absolutely flawless. Again, that gold, that looks so nice. That's very Destro's head gold, like on the version 2. And then we got same thing to expect from this size and style mission crate. That's just awesome. One of the things is too is you can, even though it can come off completely, the print is so tight that I can almost always just kind of get it in a position and it'll stand like that, and it looks really cool. This is really dope shit. I opened this all in real time last week, and I had such a great time. The things on the side are the guard from the sword dagger. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, dude. Yes. I see what you're saying. Bro, you are Sly Devil. That is fantastic. So what Chris is saying is these things on the side here is the actual guard. So the dagger would kind of, like, if it was like this, I believe, right, that the hilt would be up the handle and the hilt would be up here, and then the dagger would go down. So you just kind of turned to the side and made best use of it. That's fucking brilliant, bro. Your shit is amazing. So that's like some of the new stuff that I had got last week. There was some other stuff that it came with that got shipped out to my boy Conrad to go with his outpost from Mos Mind. And I will touch base. So dial pieces. You want to have all the stuff that Chris has. Did I? Oh, okay. So barrels, right? How fucking cool are these barrels? These barrels are absolutely incredible. So bang, the lid comes off. It's got the two different types of there, and these are not the same, right? The little holes on the top are different enough. They're like two different style ports. Jerry cans, stuff like this. So you can get like these and this, and then a small set of these for very little money. All right, and you can just put this stuff right next to whatever it is that you have, your figures, whatever. Now you have a scene. Now you have like a base. You have something that's going on. Really, really incredible. There's a ton of very inexpensive stuff that you can slowly build up over time. Like that's the thing. See, I'm just a crazy person and I'll buy a bunch of ones. Um, you can get a little bit here, a little bit there, and you'll wind up next thing you know, you've got like this whole set. Um, I've shown just about every mission crate. I've shown the Hiss mission crates. I've also got the Helix, which I think is fantastic. I love this. I did Operation Helix live here. One of the other things, oh, hold on. We have I just dropped that grenade case. I'll have to worry about that later. So grenade case, 16 motherfucker, count them, 16 grenades come with that. There's this color, there's the Hiss color, and then there's the Joe green, which looks fantastic. Actually, here's the Joe green. Little detail I like showing you off out of the Joe green one is that every grenade has a little yellow stripe at the top, and it's really, really awesome. It's just a little detail that makes it look like way over the top cool. I'd show you the Hiss one, but I just dropped it and everything fell out, so I won't show you that one. Then there's just all kinds of sizes. Like, look at this, varying sizes. Like, you can put all kinds of shit in there, and they all like sit and stack very well together. Oh, we also have this. I have this in Hiss and the Joe colors. So you have these like plannable devices that are you can boop boop boop. You can set your timer, plant them anywhere with a timer. There's 4 of those, but then he's got 2 layers of these landmines, right? So you get 8 of those, 4 of these. That's 12 different incendiary devices. Boom, with the Joe colors. You got your crates. You can have your grunts carrying your shit. And then there are the extra large mission crates, which are really fucking cool. So the first thing that I bought from Chris was this. This is the scrap iron mission crate. These cannons go in the place where the missiles are, and those missiles go here into that tray. So you pop the missiles in, you put this back, you put your fucking Vulcan cannons into the drone, you slide the case back, you load this up, done deal. Now you have like a crowd control style drone. So yeah, Chris, I'm actually going to I was thinking about it coming up for the armory. One of the things I'm going to buy a couple. I think I noticed I saw that you sell just this tray, so you can get just the tray and the Vulcan cannons. If you didn't want to buy the whole crate, you could get this just to do the modification to your scrap iron drone, because these look incredible, right? They spin so well, right? It's got these little holes. I have put blast effects in there, and they stay pretty well. So I did a whole thing on this. It would be, if you go to Viper Den Studios, you scroll all the way down, you look for Snake Eyes Recon Volume 1 scrap iron, and this is what you'll find. So very, very cool. Yeah, so Chris, I'm gonna get a couple more of these because I have like 5 drones and I want them. There's a shot, I'm gonna make them all. So while Chris was making that for me, I saw this one and was like, oh my god, this is just as awesome. So it's OG Firefly's loadout case. So you got all that room right there, and because of the nice system that Chris has, this stays elevated in there, and I'm able to put all his backpacks in there. So this is all the stuff that's from the OG Firefly, and then the backpack and everything else from the Cobra Island Firefly is in there also. And then, like I said, beyond mission crates, if you look on his website, there is a ton of stuff, of which you're going to see tomorrow in the Cobra Claw launching facility. This is one of those pieces. All of these drawers open, totally dope, very awesome. Your Televiper stuff fits in there, very good. Oh wait, Techno Viper stuff fits very good. You can also buy these little kits on Amazon for like $3. Load up all the trays with different kinds of tools and whatnot. It's really, really sweet. I actually shoot. This is one of my favorite things, dude. I fucking love this thing. This comes off. You can buy them separately. Again, more affordability. This one opens up. You know, you can get what works for you monetarily. So, um, yeah, you know what? I do have some kind of extra, more diorama stuff to show you. So he has these tables that are perfectly scaled. They go together. It's like 5 pieces. Bing, four, 4 pieces. Goes together great. I'm definitely going to be grabbing a few more of those too. I love those. I think they're great. Um, he makes these. Oh, I have doors. I have other stuff that's in the launching facility, and I will be showing everybody later, or tomorrow when I release it. I can't stress to you enough how excited I am for this dial. It is the biggest and also the most detailed dial that I've done yet. I think the concept that I have, I actually really am excited about, and it's going to highlight the best of what Sis3D Arsenal has to offer. And I have a fair amount of his stuff, and I really think that it's going to be shown in the proper light when you get to see this enormous thing. Now, what his stuff also looks very good is that he has dial walls, doorways. You can build an entire room, right? To stick a camera in and see like top notch elite shit. I know that I believe he had said that that the STLs for those walls and floors were going to be hitting. Oh God, I don't remember the name of that site, but I've downloaded your stuff because I printed out some gun racks. I just wanted a series of gun racks for every one of my little, like I want Python Patrol to have their own. The GI Joes have like a black and green. And I just spray paint them. I just download the stuff. My prints don't come out. I don't show that stuff that often because my prints don't do Chris's prints justice. He prints Ultra Colts 3D. Thank you, Matt. That's the one. Um, I I print rough stuff. I don't clean it as well as I should. Blah 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 blah, and that's that. So yes, that's why I don't show those that often. But I have a ton of them, and I do actually have. Spoiler alert! I don't know if you could see them from there. Right here, I have a set for Alley Vipers. I'm going to be doing a whole Alley Viper scene where they're all in the same kind of room where they're getting ready to load out and go cause some havoc. Um, yeah, I'm excited for that too. So Cobra Claw launching facility, that's coming tomorrow. I'm very excited for everybody to see it. Like I said, it's been a long time coming. I've got great stuff for it. It's gonna be awesome. I'm very, very excited. So I worked extra today to get to the point where tomorrow it's literally I'm gonna have coffee, I'm gonna relax, and then I'm coming down and taking my full morning energy and going right into it. And that's how I know I'm gonna wind up making it very, very good is because I'm putting my the good part. Like I said, a lot of times when I come down to the studio, it's late. I don't have that much energy. My focus isn't really there. But because I'm so obsessed, I managed to get something done. Right. God, I'm just sorry. I'm looking at this gun that I had on the table, and I was like, "Oh, that would look really good in the Trench Viper's hand." So let me. So the one thing that I have about all of the Alley Vipers, the Trench Viper and both the Alley Vipers, is that that fucking mask, man. Get that on there. And it's like if you breathe or if you look at it too long, it just pops off. Like I know you can't have this fully molded thing on there, but dude, holy shit. It's every time I touch this motherfucker, the shit flies right off. I can already foresee trying to stage it for a picture and trying to just move the head in the tiniest bit. And here's the problem too. Like with this trench vipers, both my trench vipers, they don't sit right on the pin as easily as say like the crimson ones or the OG ones. Like you can just kind of run the mask over that area and bang it. It gets into place. Like as you can see, I am struggling here to get this the fuck on there. So, but anyway, I just wanted to set this gun up. I love this gridiron gun. I think that the Trench Viper is going to look awesome with it. I can't get his arm to bend in the way that I want, and I wanted the gun to kind of come right through that one little spot right here. So he's looking, and here we go. See, look, I touched his head, and his fucking whole mask comes off. So something like this, where the gun is kind of, really what I would like is like this. So there we go. So the handle is kind of attached on there, holding it in place. And so now dude is walking behind his weapon. There we go. I got it. Stoked. So he's going to be holding this weapon like this, and the other trench viper is going to be holding the Gatling gun setup that I had showed you, and then that's going to be that. Sorry, I just had to stop and take a second with that because I was looking at it and I was like, this looks incredible, and I love these. I absolutely love them. So, moving along. Now, I've seen quite a few members of our community have purchased. Give me 1 second here. Bunch of you have purchased this magnificent piece from my brother Matt and Mos Mind Creations. So there is so much on here that goes on. It's incredible. Now, I moved this the other day and I grabbed it by the roof, so bear with me as I just kind of get everything back into place. So this set, I have said numerous times, is the absolute best bang for your buck that you can get of any secondary market shit. Now, there are obviously, like I said, very affordable options from Chris and Sis 3D Arsenal that can upgrade your stuff. But when you're trying to, say, get something a bit of a more size, or you're looking to create, something like this that you can make particular scenes with, when I talk about the most bang for your buck, you're getting so much for this money, right? Look at the details on the wall panels. Look at like the little feet. This part back here is amazing because you just pull this pin, you take this off, and now this end of your set is compatible with other things that he has. They attach together and it looks like one long set. So somewhere down the line, maybe I get a bar that's in the Joe colors and it matches up. What he also has, I'm going to get right to the back with the details because there's so much amazing shit. This is a backpack holder. I'm looking around to see if I have a backpack, which unfortunately, I do. Hold on. I'll take Quick Kicks. So Quick Kicks backpack. Look at that. Perfectly made. It fits right in there so nice. He's got little shelving area here. So whoever is manning this gunner can have something popped in here. A lot of different people posting pictures recently. Beast. That's right. That's great. It's great. Thank you, Chris. So yeah, this right here on each side, nice little shelf. So whoever is manning the Ma Deuce can put their rifle or their sidearm or some grenades to just have ready to roll. There's a lot of detail here. I don't know if you saw me doing it, but this whole ammo can comes out. The belt is detachable from the can as well as the Ma Deuce, but it all sits just right. Look at, even when I spin the Ma Deuce to this side, it stays right in place and works really well. Another backpack holder on this side, just more detail everywhere you look. Totally awesome. Here's where the roof part attaches. There's holes. So you can actually take this whole roof off. You could set it to the side and you would have two things. So you could have this just sitting to the side and like you could just have it sitting to the side as like an up front kind of like our gun. We're just going to use it as like an embattlement to stand behind. And then this part that you now have over here, you can use to have as like, oh, we have our sensitive equipment. We have a computer set up in here for as far as like the command post goes and shit like that. But either way, you can then put stuff on the top where I personally put sandbags all around the edge, and I like snipers on the top. One thing that I also want to get some pictures of someday is I want to put, oh fuck, you know what, Matt? I haven't been showing off the ladder. I took the ladder off and I set it down. This also comes with a perfect fucking ladder. Okay, there it is. I didn't lose it. But yeah, so I like a sniper up top. But one thing that I want to do too is that infantryman comes with his own fucking belt-fed gun that I can kind of sit him on here as like, so now again, if you move this somewhere else, you put the infantryman up there with his guns, and you've got an overlapping fields of fire from this gun and the gun that would be on top here. I've had Roadblock back behind this, manning the Modus, and it's amazing. So, like I said, his stuff is incredibly modular. There's so much about Matt's stuff that is like he makes big things, but makes them incredibly detailed, and that's what I love. So I also have the bar, which is going to go into a really cool scene. So you're going to see the Coca-Cola launching facility and everything that happens with that. But then after that, I'm going to be doing a kind of retrospective where the Joes are catching up. They finally find where this launching facility is, and they know them chemicals are there, and they get there just a hair too late because the claws launch. But you're going to see what happens on the Joe's side their perspective, right? So as you'll see Cobra manning everybody grabbing their guns and getting ready to fight off G.I. Joe, in a separate scene you'll then see behind them what's going on there with G.I. Joe running up on it. Matt has a few things popping right now for the Awe Striker. So he has a fix coming for, and I've heard everybody say it. I know my boy Jay Antonio was talking about he had some struggles where he was trying to get that roll cage to sit up on the top, and numerous other people I've heard them saying it. So it's definitely a QC issue that apparently is rampant. It's not just like a small batch or something. Like it's probably going to be like a whole thing. So he's got that cooking for the Awe Striker. He's got other fixes coming for it and some additives. I'm excited because anything that he does to upgrade that vehicle I'm super excited for. I'm actually just super excited to get my Vamp and my Awe Striker out of the box with the missile systems. Like I want to pull them around and be like, beep, beep, motherfucker. That's pretty exciting. Something else. Matt is doing, so the tongue on the, hold on, let me grab one. So the tongue on the missile system, which is basically the same as the MMS, but the way that it comes out, it's like, it's funky as fuck. And so Matt has got a fix coming for that also, which I think is great. Shit. Chaos. Every time I touch something around here, 50 things fall over because I am blessed with a absolute metric fuck ton of G.I. Joes. So, Jesus, what did I do? So, there we go. So excited for those upgrades now. For my 3 3/4 brethren, Matt, I believe he said by the time we start today that he would have listed up on his Etsy site the 1/18 scale Raptor. So somebody reached out and asked if he could make the Raptor for them for 3 3/4 figs, and he said yes, I can. And so he did it. He downscaled it to the 1/18th, and I saw it. It looks amazing. If he could somehow even shrink it a little more, it would make for a large drone for a classified. I almost want it to come out of the back. All right, so I had a dream, and I'm not kidding. I had a dream that Matt designed the Atlas to have a Raptor. Like I'm saying, he scaled a Raptor to the perfect size and he made it a real drone, and it came flying out of the back of the Atlas. I swear to God. And he asked me to do promo shots for it, and then Matt got famous. So that was a dream I had. Although I mean, making a flying drone is actually that's insane. But the idea of having something like that where you could roll up and you would hit like one button on a controller, and then all of a sudden you would see the Atlas back leg open up, and then all of a sudden a little Raptor drone fucking rises up out of the back of the Atlas. That would be amazing. But it also sounds almost damn near impossible. Listen, I tried to downscale. I tried to do something from I downloaded an STL from Chris from Sys, and I fucking completely was like, oh right, I just downloaded this, and I realized that my printer isn't big enough to fit the pieces. So shockingly enough, I was able to downsize them just enough to actually get it printed and make it look okay. So I couldn't even imagine the what it would be like to try and get a trying to get, like do something like that and make it work. But yes, I know, right? I know. I'm sorry. I keep bringing it up all the time. I'm not trying to pressure you. It was just, I had that dream and I literally was like, that seems like a really cool fucking idea. And I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not even like I can help you, right? I can't even be like, I have this idea. Let me help you bring it to fruit. But no, dude, anything that we've talked about a couple different things. Anything that you come up with for the Atlas is the extras for that. I'm excited for. It's going to be fucking awesome. One idea that I had that was crazy was like, imagine if it opened up and there was like a bunch of like the mini drones that obviously didn't fly, but it would be like you could launch an army of drones out of the back of it to like run through a whole city, map a whole city. Like if an Atlas pulled up, you've got an urban war going on. The Atlas pulls up, it opens up out of the back, and this is the mobile command center one where all these drones fly out of the top, and then they are now hovering above the city, mapping it. So all the HUD displays on these soldiers now have an idea where everybody is and what's going on because they're being mapped and put together by this sonar and visual drones. I don't know how I get any work done during the week because largely this is all I think about. It's what I'm going to do when I get a minute to come in here, what I would do if I could make any of this shit. I think about it all the time. I don't know. Everything happens exactly how it should. So I don't get to like, classifieds have been happening for years and I could have been doing all this for years. I feel like I've caught up in a sense. I've crammed a lot in over the last year. But yeah, no, I think about this shit all the time. It's not even funny. So of course, I got to get it. Hold on. There she is, y'all. My brother's magnum opus, his crowning achievement, the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. The Atlas. So, boop, boop, boop. Let me bring this down a little bit. So now, of course, here's the obligatory shot of me rocking it like a baby. Here it comes. Birthday. There it is, brother. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. So this thing is super fucking cool. And there's so much. You know what? I wanted to do a whole video where the camera is turned around, where it's not me. It's just my hands coming into view and showing you guys all of the amazing things that go on with this. It is the biggest fucking thing that you can get for classified. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. The Rattler is obviously got size issues in that way, but that's a flying vehicle. When I put it, you have to get, there's a lot of things that I'm behind on. And one of the things is the shot of this next to the hiss. Me saying to you, hey, this is bigger than the hiss. And you're probably like, yeah, you know what? You're right. That thing does look pretty damn big. I bet it is bigger than the hiss. No, it swallows the hiss. So it's longer, it's wider, it's taller, but almost in embarrassing amounts. Like the first time, honestly, it was one of the first things I did. I got it out of the package. I brought it downstairs. I looked it over and I went, oh, right. And I cleaned off this little table here and I put it down. And I put the hiss next to it. And I looked down from the top and I was like, I legit LOL'd pretty hard because holy motherfucker. There's one particular shot that I have that I'm gonna recreate it from that angle, but I'm just gonna make this rounded because I had shit all over the place. I couldn't use the photo, so I am gonna do that so you get an idea of exactly how much bigger than a hiss it is. It swallows it. There's so much shit that fits in the back. Like I even had the boat. I even had the boat. I mean, it sticks out a little bit, but Matt's already talking about an attachment, right? So imagine an attachment that this is right now for the tow hitch, but you take this tow hitch out and you have something that slides in, comes out, and then goes, oops, sorry, my screen keeps fucking. So it comes out and then sticks up. And then what it does is it would stick out and support this and have this standing straight out. So now you can put something in there that's almost a full fucking, what is that, like 7 fucking inches? 7 fucking inches longer of space. You can have troops hanging out on the back here. I mean, I'm sure he'll come up with something where there's a fucking minigun that's up on there, and they're just fucking, somebody is just going to town off the back of this. Imagine that, one on each side. The one shipping have the tailgates extender. Oh, get one too. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Okay, so Matt's saying that the ones that are now shipping have the tailgate extender. Fuck yes. Good for you, brother. Way to make that happen. It's a brilliant idea. That's exciting. So yeah, I can't wait to have that either. Have that sitting up. You can have the Atlas moving with troops in the back. So this is a bifold door, meaning like it doesn't just come straight down like this. You can do this, which is like so amazing for pictures. I've taken a few. I have. There's a lot of pictures that I took where I just kind of look to see the scaling and how everything. So everything I do is going to be great. I have a ton of amazing shit come out. So you can put figs here. It's got all this extra detail of like, like if you're running a big vehicle up into the back of this, it's good to have this extra support for whatever is holding it on the top. I'm going to stay right in the back here. Oh, something I wanted to mention. So you can put RC car tires on here. These are adaptable. These come off, and which I think is just one of many fucking 1,000 things about Matt's shit that's perfect. The compatibility and the modularity. So this fucker comes off. He's currently working on something that'll be a base, kind of how the outpost top sits on like that and comes off. Be something where this will now turn into a command center, or an outpost where you have a bunch of Sys3 arsenal crates in there. I know Matt had mentioned that he has in mind the scaling for that to make sure that it fits. There's also, I've been looking for these backpacks now. I know there. We also have more backpack racks. There's 4 of them in there all together, so you can fit a lot of shit. Everybody's seen I have the Strike Team Fangbuster equipment set up in there with a ram cycle, and even with the ram cycle in there and all these backpacks, there was room to put. I think I had 8 figures in there with all that still. It was something like that. I think it was 3, and then I had 2 kind of in the back. And yeah, so look at the details on the lights, the color. Perfect. Let me slide this down. And then, so what we got in the back is he comes fully loaded already with 2 M249s with amazing range of ability. Keeping and look at how it can go right to the rail, which is awesome. There's another one over here. Gridiron compatibility comes with an adapter you slap on there, and then you can put all the shit on here. Looks fucking really good. I think I made that error again that I don't have the gridiron gun to show you. You mother bleeper. So you can put gridiron on here, which is amazing, and just try to look at this detail in the back, like everywhere. So this right here is like a little light that's got the like the protective like cage on it. There's over here. This is clearly, and again, I always see something new, and I just noticed this the other day. This is a crazy detailed. Right here, I don't know if you can zoom in. Right here is a crazy detailed like entry. There's a keypad and there's a large screen. This is fucking awesome. This is the kind of detail that makes you just go, God damn. And then when you look out the top of the box, he's got the wires that come over. He's got a fucking harness at the 90, which is where it would be. He's got the harness at the 90. So the wires are coming, kind of going in around the door frame. More electronics up here. Or I'm sorry, that right. These run to this module up here, which obviously goes through and connects to the door and opens the door. So yep, and then over here you could see there's like a dot. It looks like this controls that. And look at the hinges, the hinge, all the details on the hinge, all this fucking detail right here, and then of course it opens. Come on. You're fucking killing me how awesome this is. The inside of the door is incredible. More of the same detail, quality, high-ass detail. I don't know why my phone keeps doing that. I didn't do it before. And then you can go in the Atlas. So when one of the first shots I'm going to do after the launching facility is somebody coming out of the back of this, looking in and somebody coming out. I feel like there's a world of shots to base just around this door. Absolutely amazing. So the seats in the back, they all fold up so you can troop carry to the best of your ability, right? Now I like the seats. I had them in that one whatchamacallit. I had it set up where um the seats were down and I had stuff on there. I had the helmets with the night vision and all that shit was just kind of sitting on there. So yep, that's pretty awesome. I absolutely love it. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. Yeah, so the door, amazing. There are tie downs. Let me see if I can show those. There are like tie down hooks, so you could strap stuff. Fuck yeah, brother. That is one of my favorite little things. Totally, totally awesome. Back screen is included on the template. Oh, nice. Okay. Dude, I did not know that. So there is a template that comes with this that you're able to print out whatever you want to see on the different screens. There is a driver set, a gunner set, and now that screen in the back. Bro, I gotta get that on the back for those back photos. Holy fuck. Again, something new every time I pick this thing up. So if we go to the front, look at how amazing this cannon is. Look at the detail on the optics. It's belt fed. Obviously, these aren't bullets. These are small missiles that come out of this thing. And that's how you do it. With a vehicle like this, and you're rolling up and you're troop carrying, you know, you can have guys pop out of the top with a machine gun. This is a cannon that's going to clear the fucking way. And I love it. Right up, and that's right up here by the hatch. So we got the hatch again, that high level of fucking great detail, nice little grain all the way around the edge there. And then the figures stand. Where is he? Let me put my dude in here. So the figures stand in here at like what I think is like the perfect height, right? So they can reach over and hold the handle when they have a gun in their hands. They're not. It's the perfect height. I don't know how else to explain it. Then every time I put a guy in there and I try to take a shot of it, they just look perfect. So I love it. More high level of detail. I see there's things like this in a few spots where you just see the wires, right? There's cables, the shit that just is connected and makes everything work. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely amazing. I'm going to take this out because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. Now, the doors themselves, obviously, like amazing. Look at this shit. Fuck. So this door, like the door in the back, an incredible level of detail. You put your little sidearm right here. There's a nice little shelf right there. The viewing window, the space you can look out and look in to take pictures, amazing. Now, I don't know if everybody's probably seen this, but this still blows me away. Opens up like this. It absolutely blows me away. So you have an upright driver. The wheel comes out so you can get a figure set. But then when you go to put it back in, it is resistance like all the way. So you can like take it out a little bit to come into the hands of a smaller figure or extend it all the way down to get the to get that right size fit with one of the bigger figs. So again, that template that you get will have what you need to cut for the screens. There's multiple screens for the driver, the gunner, a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch more detail over here if you look right up in here. There's another one of those caged guarded lights, which man, I'd love to find a way to put a fucking light in there. But I know this. If my brother didn't put it in there now, then I won't be able to do it. So I know if it was doable, he would do it. But yeah, so this is like it's super thick. If you look on the sides, there's over here, like on the driver's side, there's all this little extra detail right here that is just it's everywhere you look. There's just all this extra detail that is just incredible. So the seats are right. Oh, and one thing right here behind each seat, so on each side, is a gun rack. You can fit, it's two, right? One, two, yep. So you can fit two rifles. There's something on the floor that will catch the stock. That way it sits just right. Absolutely perfect. I can't say enough about this thing other than that is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I like so many other things that involve the classified. It definitely delivered above expectation, but the first like 10 minutes I looked at it, I knew that I hadn't seen anything quite like this. Now, there's plenty of HasLabs that are fine. Everybody knows I'm hiss obsessed for sure. The fire team, the whole thing, it's great. But this is a completely different monster. And I mean that in the best ways. I always call this thing the magnificent beast, right? Because that's what it is. Not only is it enormous, it's enormous and highly detailed. Unfortunately, when you put lights inside the street, it shows through the walls. Oh God, no shit. Huh. Yeah, I listen, if it like right, yeah, see that thing right on the other side. Even we got the best thing, right? Those little mini lights we use, Matt, with the sticky right on the roof. It's perfectly fine. Um, so there's two jerry cans. There's one on each side. That's a pretty dope fucking jerry can. I love the design of the handles, the cap and everything on top. Very nice. I think and there's one on each side. I think that makes it look super dope. You really can't go wrong. Uh, I've had this thing. I've been playing with it. She got a little dirt. I did take it outside, and I love the way that it looks. The colors kind of make it more of like an urban response thing, which is fine. Something that you're going to see very soon is you're going to see all 5 of my police officers rolling out of the back of this, ready with Shockwave calling the shots and telling everybody where to go. This is going to wind up being like a mobile response, where like there's so the scene that's coming up is I have that where Strike Team Fangbuster has escorted Dial Tone and Breaker into hack that computer. Then when they come out, they fight with Cobra, ensues. Cobra escapes. I won't tell you whether they get the information back or not, or what happens there, but afterwards, because it's an urban environment, we have to have the firefighters show up with barbecue. We may even have tripwire in there, but I think we're going to stop at the firefighters. But we're also going to have these guys because there's going to be regular people around. We need to get this scene under control. We just there's explosions, there's fires. Let's put these fires out. Let's keep the crowd back. Let's canvass the area to make sure there's nobody around. And so therefore that like this will roll up and boom, there we go. So I love this thing. And when so anybody that watches this or sees this, I always want to try to add this in that this is an investment. It's not a $50 item, but you're getting an incredible deal. I don't know, Matt, are you still shipping for free? I think you said yes last week. You can get this with free shipping. That's not going to last forever. Shipping has gone up. So if I were anybody that was on the fence, I'd get off that fence and go buy this, not just for the free shipping, but because it's awesome. And Matt, I always kind of say this too. He said something amazing to me one time, is that he said when he's designing something that he thinks about is he knows he has to earn that space on your shelf or wherever you keep your stuff. He knows that space is important. So to so many people have like no room. So he knows that space is important. He's trying to put the best quality product in that space that this takes up for an amount of money that makes everybody happy. And quite frankly, I think so. Yes, he's still shipping for free. As far as I'm concerned, you are getting a great deal with this product at free shipping and everything that you get with it. It is an endlessly awesome thing that, like I said, I've had it for 2 months maybe, and I still constantly find all kinds of shit that's look like, oh my God, I didn't really see that little cave, that little part here or this little part there. It's like, if anybody remembers the G.I.Joe vehicles, you'd find like somebody mentioned it. I think it was Matt, and he's like, you find or maybe it was Chris, you find like a walkie-talkie that's molded. Like they didn't paint it, so you didn't really notice it at first, but it's there. And that's what this thing does. This thing has so many parts to it that are just absolutely incredible and that I love. All the choices he made, I think, are perfect. Um, there's so much detail. I didn't really show the front that much, but there's just so much detail that I just stare at it, right? It's just incredible. Like, look at that front. when you look in through that window, I put a light on in there, it looks amazing. It looks so fucking cool. And these colors are great, but you can get it in all the colors. I don't know if you saw it, but somebody got it in the Destro colors, and it looked fantastic. And that's the kind. That's what you can get with that. So don't front. And listen, I'm going to probably start front loading when I talk, Matt and Chris, when I talk about your stuff. I'm going to be doing this earlier in the podcast. I've always been waiting to the end, and I feel like the new people that we have that I want to show this stuff to are usually here in the beginning. So I will be switching that around. I will be streamlining how I do it, just so I can show the maximum amount of stuff, and keep everybody engaged that way. Because a lot of the people that come are the same people every week, and they get, and I'm sure they love looking at it. But I just want to try to make it so I'm never going to stop. That's for sure. I'm going to show all this shit all the time without question. But I want to do it a little earlier in the show, so the newer people that come and check me out, say like I'm going to watch, and then once I get up above a certain amount, I'm like, okay, I have probably what's going to be the most amount of eyes on it right now. Let me talk about your stuff. So that's so like I have that in mind, that I want to put different and newer eyes onto the stuff. So that's what's up there. But we are at 3.5 hours, so I'm going to start saying goodbye. Something that I forgot to mention when I was talking about the community, I totally forgot to mention this. I couldn't have been more proud and like I don't know how to say it. I love that everybody showed up for when I was on Destro as my spirit animal. So, I told them, I was like, I'll bring friends. The boys will be there, and I just love it. It's because he started at 8, gave himself an extra hour. Yeah, right. It feels like you're covering more ground this episode. Crowd thoughts. Yeah, well, so I definitely wrote some more stuff down. And I didn't even get to anything. So our boy Chuckin' and Truckin' had given me a list of some vehicles that would have been cool to see. I didn't get to that, and there was maybe a handful of other things I wanted to open. I wanted to open maybe the vamp, but I just And actually, what I wanted to do was, I have the Fort mod here. I wanted to put that together and put it next to the bar from Mos Mind, because I think they're going to look really good together. I think when you have the bar like here, and then you have like an access road going in, and then you have the Fort Mod on this side with like one side open and the other's kind of at a turn. So like the Vulcan cannon from the bar, and then the gun from the inside of the whatchamacallit are doing an overlapping field of fire. You got 2 drenched Vipers out in the front. Yeah. But I miss having the comparative Destro versus Destro, as well as being time conscious, seems to be off. Yeah, I mean, I definitely do, for sure. TV Cobra had a long talk. Oh, nice. Yeah, Anchor Viper rocks the house. I don't know what she told you about anything with her, with TV Cobra and I, but so like I said, I can't say anything else, but stay tuned. Mm-hmm. Mm. So I don't know. I guess I'm not going to be able to do a podcast that's short. I joked around with the idea of our boy Dagon did not do a show this week, and I was kind of jokingly like, oh hey, maybe I'll take up the mantle. I'll do the safety briefing. I'll try, but a half hour. I mean, guys, I'm saying hello that whole first half hour. I'm talking about just sitting down, everything that's kind of happened. Like I'm just getting into it in that half hour. He does it though. He does it. He definitely seems to cover, like, he hits all the notes, and he's in and out. I don't know. It's just efficient. Where I'm a babbler, but so yeah, I was just, to wrap that up. I was very proud that everybody showed up and made a good show in the comments. It made me feel like I belong there, and I mean, I kind of felt that way anyway, but it definitely, it meant something to me. Let's put it that way. It's a show of support that is kind of like above and beyond, and and y'all made me look cool. So I super thank you for that. And that's the kind of stuff that, you know, as say this podcast gets bigger, our community gets bigger, follower counts get bigger. Like those are the things that I'll always be looking back at and being like, oh, well, this is why, you know, all these things have happened because at every turn, you all show up and show out. And I think it's great. And this is also something I should have said earlier, but like it slipped my mind and I was trying to kind of actively move it along a little bit. So yeah. Fantastic. So again, tomorrow, be ready. I'm most likely going to tease with a little something during the day. I know, yeah, Chris, so what I did was is I traded times. I was going to do work in the morning tomorrow and then start doing a facility. And I realized that that was ridiculous with the jumping back and forth. So I did all of my adult stuff today. And first thing in the fucking morning, I'm coming down and I'm getting right to it. I'm so excited. I literally cannot wait. It's another reason why I want to kind of end now so I don't have to sleep in. Because last week I ended at 1 o'clock, right? Started at 9. I ended at 1. And when I even slept in, I think till 7 o'clock. So I got 6 hours of sleep, dude. And when I woke up, I was hung over. Zero booze, right? I hit my pen a couple times. I probably got stoned before I fell asleep. But I woke up the next day and I was a fucking wreck. I mean, that comes with age, right? But just just staying up late was, just insane. So remember, if you have it, um, support our boys. We've got Pop Cult Frenzy. Make sure you're using his links. If you think, oh wait, I wanna buy this figure, don't just buy it. Reach out to him and say, hey, do you have a link for this? Most likely, if he doesn't, he could say, well, if you want to pay what's there, I think he could slap his link on it and then give it to you or something like that. And then you could buy it and then give it his link. Go out of your way to make sure you're using Pop's links. I think it's super important. What he does is great. Figure count at 75. Even though I had a big mail call here, your boy hasn't really ordered much in the last week. I spent them. I paid for that vamp and shipwreck, and I said, okay, I've got to take care of some other things first. All those care packages went out, and and then this time next week. So I've got. I don't know if our boy Roy is watching. I know that he is next up on the round of care packages, along with a handful of you other guys. Big Country, or not Big, Jesus. I just combined Big Red and Country Gentleman at the same time. Country, I got that eel. That's going to go out to you on Monday. Babs the Barbarian, your Firefly is going out on Monday. But make sure you support our dudes from Sis. Again, you could go buy very inexpensive stuff, cool shit like this for not a lot of dough. Come on, please. So, get over there, see what they got. sis3darsenal.com. You can get amazing shit like the Atlas, the Outpost, the Merc, the Bar. You can get that from my brother Matt. You can find him on Etsy, Mos Mind Custom Creations. You can just go to the pinned post on my Twitter page, and that has the links that go right to Matt's. And then usually what I do is I try to post something from Sis 3D Arsenal too, so there's some kind of a link there right at the top of my page. But with the website, I can just go to the Sis 3D Arsenal, and that's that. So make sure you're supporting there. Remember, T-shirts, Jay Antonio, Stevie Z, and Pop Cult Frenzy. They all got shirts. Everybody's, we just try the best you can do to support. I know Snow Leopard buys a bunch. I know Commander Kron buys a bunch of shirts. I think it's fantastic. So I also kind of want to do some things as we go towards Christmas. I thought about doing like shirt giveaways where I'm giving away a shirt. So it'd be like whoever wins says what size they need and which one they want from one of the guys. Like maybe one week I have a contest and it's, oh, you can pick one of Stevie Z shirts. You can have any one of Stevie Z shirts you want. And when they pick it out, I send Stevie, or I just buy it and then have it delivered to them. And that's that. So the same thing with the G.I. Joe repair shop. When he's waiting on IP approval from Hasbro. Once he gets that, he's going to roll it out. It's ready. The website is up. It's all he has to do is just hit the button. I looked at it. It's phenomenal. Totally, totally awesome. I cannot wait. like it's very well done. It deserves to be put out there. He deserves to get get that made because it's very awesome. I don't want to say there's so much I want to say about it, but I can't. You have to wait until you see it yourself. It's got so much actionable intel. That's like the best thing I can say about it. But it's not just like you're not just like, what is all this shit? It's succinct. You get what you need to know. Homeboy keeps it moving. It's very, very good. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Remember, stay tuned tomorrow. Cobra Claw launching facility is coming. I also have a bunch of other stuff planned with all the best stuff from Mos Mind Custom Creations and Sister the Arsenal. I can't wait to get all of these different things. I wish I did this for a living all the time because I would fucking totally just do this like all day. Like I would never. I would be so incredibly happy when I have to show up to do a job using tools and stuff that I love. I'm just like I'm literally just dreaming about taking photos of cool ass figures. So maybe one day, hopefully that works. Maybe I hit that lottery. I told Jeremy before I hit that lottery, we are all going to a big warehouse and playing with the fucking with the with the with the figs. So yes, every one of you, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for sticking along for the whole entire ride. I can't thank you enough. And I will see you first thing tomorrow morning in those Twitter streets. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.